Okay, I can hear Ginger.
You can't hear me?
I can now.
Well, I didn't say anything before.
Oh.
Come on. This fucking thing. There we go. All right.
Hey, we're both sporting haircuts.
Nice.
My shit was starting to look like John Cena. It was like,
Very nice. Okay. So let me do this because this is my first time on this new computer. Let me make sure that everything is going good.
woo, new computer.
Well, hand-me-down computer, but
Whatever.
newer than the last one. All right. So everyone watching at home, pay no attention to what's going on. I don't think anyone's on there yet. All right. Oh shit, where's it? Where does that go to? Hold on a second. I gotta find it. I didn't set it. There it is. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. See. Oh, eat a dick. Hold on. Let me do this way. Shut up.
Are you talking to little Jimmy?
No, I'm talking to my fucking computer.
Uh-oh.
It's pissing me off already. What am I looking for? Defaults. That's what I'm looking for. Default apps. Nope. Nope. Nobody uses Groove Music. Shut the fuck up. There you go. Photos is fine. Video player. Okay. Video player. I don't want movies and TV. I want Windows Media Player. There we go. Okay. Turn that off for a second. There we go. And let's go ahead and do this. Did we lose Ginger already?
He said 3 minutes.
Okay.
Or 3 or something. I think he had to jerk up 3 times. I don't know.
Gotcha. Shut up.
Are you talking to little Jimmy?
No, I'm talking to my fucking computer.
Uh-oh.
It's pissing me off already. Okay. Alright. We good.
Awesome.
Oh, fuck me in the face. Alright, let me see what we got going on here.
So, 2 of the longest running podcasts that I'm aware of is us and Cole Cabana. And Cole Cabana's ending his podcast at the end of this year.
Okay. I mean, I saw that, but there's longer ones. I thought that.
As far as wrestling goes.
Oh, I was gonna say because like Norm Macdonald, I think is one of the longest running ones.
Well, isn't Adam Wood Carolla still doing it? Or did he stop?
Oh, that might be what I was thinking. Might be Adam Carolla. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, that was X. There was this.
What's up, Ginger?
Got me all flustered.
What's going on, guys? Nice haircut, baby.
Oh, thank you.
Both of you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Ginger, you're doing the opposite. It's just getting longer every week.
Dude, I need a fucking haircut so bad.
Yeah, I finally went last Friday. I had to go during my lunch hour because that's how much time I don't have these days.
Dude, I fucking hate it. It sucks because like when I get home from work and take a shower, I find metal chips in my hair because I'm a machinist. Oh, it's so bad. I'm like washing. I'm like, motherfucker. So yeah, it's fun.
They don't give you like a helmet or something?
Oh, it's a CNC. The fuck is it? There it is. Okay, I gotta have that ready. Hold on. Are we live?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I gotta share that link real quick.
So full disclosure, past 2 weeks I have not watched NXT, but I've listened to you and Jason on Revisit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll kind of stay up to date that way. And these announcements of the fucking steps for the 2 out of 3 falls match, I was like, well, that's fucking boring.
Dude, it's fucking sad. I couldn't believe it.
I'm actually wondering if NXT TV is taking a little bit of a downturn the past few months.
I wouldn't say a fucking downturn, but they're still building for the takeover.
Yeah,
And
well, no,
think
that's good.
I think just about every match is pretty much all set up. So now for the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're gonna see add-ons to the storylines. But yeah, that fucking 2 out of 3 falls match. What the fuck?
And because I didn't watch it, and Jason pointed out that like Johnny has no reason to be mad at Adam Cole. All I could think of was Johnny Gargano cutting a promo, Sid Justice style, like Adam Cole. How dare you go to my parents' pizza shop and buy pizza? I will end you.
Because I am the ruler of the world.
Seriously. He's got a point. Why is pizza like he went there and he bought pizza? Why is that like you made this personal?
So bad.
I mean, he helped his business out, right?
Right? That's what Jason.
Like, does he not realize how much exposure they got? Whoa. How much exposure they got from him walking into that fucking pizza shop? I'm sure, like, they have a shit ton of exposure already, but having it on NXT television is fucking even more.
No, but you were right. If they went with like you went to my school and disrespected my students,
Yeah,
okay, that makes
exactly.
sense. My father
Apparently,
shop.
Greeny is muted.
He's probably
He's here?
He's probably just getting.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he's probably just getting ready.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Jason, I hope you appreciated my my Sid Justice Johnny Gargano promo right there. I can't help it. I'm on a 1992 WWF kick.
I got so fucking mad. I went to the fucking Soda Grabber Monster, and they didn't have the import version.
Okay.
Thoroughly disappointed.
What's the import version?
It's a lot smoother, and like the top is like a twist top. It's fucking wicked nice. It's like, you know, when you first take a sip of Monster, you get that really fucking tart, like, ugh.
Yeah, that's why I don't get the regular flavor.
Yeah, with the imports, it's not like that. It's kind of it's almost like a fucking. It's kind of like an IPA of energy drinks in reality.
I don't think I've ever heard of this. I think.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
They probably just got the import version at Ginger's local Cumbies, and he was just like,
Oh.
yeah, and they never sold it again.
Oh no, that fuck it, dude. I've been drinking that shit for fucking 3 weeks. I've been drinking that shit for a long time, but
I prefer Rockstar, to be honest, if I'm gonna do an energy drink.
me and my
The
wife,
fruit punch one.
me and my wife both drank one of those exact ones, and we both got migraines the same fucking time. And I was like, yeah, not happening anymore.
I go with Kickstart normally. No,
Oh, yeah.
Kickstart.
Yeah, the was it orange flavor?
Orange
Which is
and the
good.
fruit punch.
Yeah, the orange is pretty good.
Either
Because
that.
I used to drink the chaos
Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
of Monster, but
Yeah. Although there is a is it Nos has?
Guys, hello? You guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear.
yep.
Hey!
I think it was
So-
not. Nos used to have a Rowdy Bush flavor back when they sponsored him, Kyle Bush. It's,
Oh, okay.
It's still around. It's just called something different now. But that I used to drink that a lot too. That was a good one.
Nice.
It's like a
Energy
punch
drinks are so bad, but they're so good.
thing. This has been.
That's why I
Energy
try
Drink
not
Talk
to
with the
like. That's why I try not to have them all the time, but like every once in a while I'll grab one.
Honestly, lately,
Okay.
the way my fucking days have been on Thursdays, it's been I've needed it.
Okay, so quick question, guys.
Yes.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Regarding topic number 6,
Yes.
do we want to go there?
I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, it's not. Let me
well,
put it this way: you guys got friends in the business that listen, so that's on you.
How in depth do we want it?
Well, it's presented by you, so how in depth do you want it?
I have the full fucking story, so I mean, we can go full board. I mean, I'll cut it kind of short. I won't go full details, but I'll put the important ones in.
Okay.
All right, if that's what that's on you.
Are you good with that, Greenie?
It's your call, man. It's your story to tell. I just, it is one side of a story that creates casts quite a wide net of accusation. That's all.
True.
What are you worried about him getting fucking pissed off?
No, I don't fuck if he gets pissed off. But
Well,
But I
insinuates he
understand where you're
listens to
coming
us.
from, Greenie. I
Right.
understand what you're saying, though. It's you can't. I can't go crazy, but I'll hit the major points of it. But I won't put anybody else's name, but that specific person's.
All you have,
Okay.
remember, all you have to do is just say allegedly.
Yes, that's the key. Allegedly.
And Greenie, that's our favorite word at APW, isn't it?
why does my
Like-
camera keep turning itself off? Okay.
Like, you know
there
how
it is.
you guys last night said allegedly Ricochet stuck a finger in his ass
Allegedly.
multiple
You
times.
don't know
Daily.
that's him.
that did come out quite a lot yesterday. I didn't even realize it until
I didn't realize it until
I
the
haven't
episode went on
listened to it,
further, and I was like, oh
but-
yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Me and Jason were both very tired. I actually woke Jason up with a text message saying, "Are you pooping?"
Yeah.
Jason, did you hear what I said about Gargano?
Oh, good. I'm not in the little boxes. I'm not in the little corner today. No, I did not hear what you said about Gargano.
I completely agree with you that I didn't see NXT last night, but I caught Revisited, so all I can picture is Gargano like wicked pissed off, like, you went to my pizza shop and you bought pizza. You made this personal.
When did Gargano turn into the Macho Man?
Oh, it was Sid, but close.
Went to my house and ate my pizza. There is lust in your eyes for my pepperoni, Hogan.
That was good.
Ooh yeah, dig it.
And I was agreeing with Ginger too. Like, if it was about the trainees, it would have made more sense. But yeah, why the fuck is he so pissed at Cole for going to his father's pizza shop?
How dare you give my family money, you son of a bitch.
I made this personal.
Right, he paid. It's different if
Right,
he like would
yeah.
have ordered pizzas and ran out and been like,
You
"Fuck you."
defiled my father's Hall of Fame on all by putting a picture up there.
Put
It
the
was like a Polaroid.
push pin. Like, not that fucking difficult to pull it out. You really didn't want. You want it there.
Well, maybe Daddy Gargano's got arthritis and he's just not able to get the there.
And I'm really mad. I don't think he should have said anything to Gargano's dad, like, "Oh, nice picture on the wall." I think he should have just fucking left it. That would have been even better.
Anyway,
No, if he went there and like destroyed the pizza shop or like slapped his father around, then yeah, absolutely, you have a blood.
yeah.
Like, and they've done that in wrestling before, so.
Yeah. No, it's definitely weird why they did that way.
What was Johnny's stipulation? I don't think you guys said it on the episode.
No, it was yeah, we did. It was
Dildo on a pole.
a street fight.
Oh, street fight. Okay.
And then Cole's is just a wrestling match.
No, I know
which is-
Cole's was just a wrestling match because you guys were pissed off, and I was too. I was like, oh, fucking.
I'm still holding out hope for Judy Bagwell on a pole. I'm
Yep.
still holding out hope.
one
We
of
can
these
get
days.
Kelly up.
I
I
don't know.
bet you'd like that, wouldn't you?
She's probably pretty used to it by now. Okay. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
They're making a live action of that too.
Yeah.
I heard.
Oh,
Don't want
jeez.
some-
Oh, yeah, you're not on Facebook. You're smart. You didn't see all the people bitching about.
I feel like Sal is on Facebook with some fucking like.
What's his
alter-
cousin's name?
Like, I feel like he's on there as like he's catfishing some dude. Like he's fucking super hot chick. That's like
Everyone is butthurt because they cast an African American actress as Ariel.
Oh, that's a
The-
stupid naked butthurt. Like,
The part that I hate the most, all the gingers are getting screwed over the most out of it all.
There was some. Who was it? There was some redheaded chick, some actress who said like growing up, like the redheads got so many awesome roles, and they want to have like young black women feel that same way that they did growing up, being like, look, all of these like like big people or whatever like that are redheads, like Jimmy Olsen and Ariel and things like that, and like yeah, they're all getting replaced by African Americans and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, I mean, it's time for a new generation of people to have those kinds of things. I mean, like
absolutely.
Yeah, did you ever hear the bit where Donald Glover goes into where someone had suggested that that he would be the new Spider-Man, and like the internet went fucking nuts.
Really?
Yeah, you should look it up. It's fucking great. He's hilarious at it.
It's just
I
like
know.
every time you get a fucking new Batman and everybody loses their shit, and that when it comes out, they're like, oh, it was actually pretty good.
No.
Like the
Here's how bad
Nobody
the
said that
internet
about
is.
Affleck. Nobody said that
No,
about Affleck.
that's true. But here's how bad the internet is. They release a trailer for the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. The internet flips out, and they're like, we're sorry, we'll change it. Since when? Since
Well-
when do they change a fucking movie because of the fans?
Well, they're
That
upset,
kinda
they're
made
upset at
sense
Netflix
because-
for all the smoking in Stranger Things
Yeah.
3, and it's like it was
Oh,
the fucking
Jesus.
80s, dude.
Yeah.
Have you not watched Ghostbusters where they're smoking in
Right.
every
Right.
fucking scene?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Watch fucking Casino.
yeah. So the other thing too is like the Donald Glover like playing Spider-Man stuff like this. It's like, yeah, but in the comics, Spider-Man is black now. Like, so that would make sense. And like the same thing with like people were up in arms because now they're talking about Jane Foster's going to be Thor, and it's like, yeah, that happened in the comics.
Yeah.
Thor is a woman now. Like in the
I'm more
comics.
impressed
So
that
wait a
Natalie
minute, I
Portman's
thought it
coming
was
back.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
And
Okay, so
What-
it's not just me. So it's Sal's connection.
Yeah.
Okay. Sal,
No,
repeat that again because you had a hard time with it. What was your question?
I thought they said Anne Hathaway was going to play Thor.
No, Jane Foster.
No, it's Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman is coming back as Jane Foster, who becomes Thor.
Oh, Natalie Portman. Okay, got it.
she must have patched up everything with Marvel, which is why she was in Endgame.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
ever so briefly.
I mean, she wasn't really in Endgame. Let's be honest.
No, she was. That was new footage.
Oh, I thought it was old footage.
No, it was new footage.
Okay. They had there was something I saw where somebody was upset because the fact that like Carol Danvers was a white chick and stuff like that. It's like, well, she should be.
Her
Indian.
best friend was a black chick.
Well, no. Let me finish what I'm saying. Like the person was like, she should be like the character is in the comics that's Indian. It's like that's a new, like, Captain Marvel, is the Indian chick. Like that's not the original character. The original character was a white man. Like it's like they changed it in the comics eventually to be a woman, and then now they've got Kamala Khan, who's the new Captain Marvel. And it's like, yeah, eventually they'll probably make the Kamala Khan version of it. But it's like, so I read that the new Miss Marvel, and it was okay, but like the powers are kind of like she doesn't have the same powers as Captain Marvel.
What was the problem with the Captain Marvel thing is they set the bar way too far. It's like almost like Superman. Like you got to make up some shit to weaken her because she's way too fucking powerful.
Yeah, and that's the thing that always kind of annoys me about certain things is like they make the characters all powerful, but then they have to do something because they're like, oh fuck, we made it. Like she was like just flying through that fucking Endgame battle, just whooping the shit out of everybody, and it's just like she's a little OP, you know.
Right, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, then like the other thing, so I just saw something yesterday on it where it was like it's like Thanos with all 6 Infinity Stones was weaker than Thanos with a big giant sword. Like
Seriously, seriously.
yeah,
I had a definite fucking problem with that when I was watching that movie.
yeah. I'm like, why is Captain Marvel having such a fucking problem with this guy? Like, yes, I understand he beat like Hulk, but he beat Hulk with one fucking stone with him still, you know, like, and it was the Power Stone. Like, this is he doesn't have a single one. He's got a fucking weapon made of vibranium. Who the fuck cares? Like, yeah, they had so much more trouble with him. It seemed like when he was just his normal self.
Yeah, it was really fucking. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Hey, quick origin question.
Yes.
With the original Superman
It takes
series,
at least 4 people, and it has to. It's okay. Just don't know more guys than girls. That's where you go too far.
Origin, not orgy.
Sorry.
With the
should
original
we cancel
Superman
the midgets
comics,
and pineapple.
with the original Superman comics, did they not introduce Kryptonite right away? Was it like, oh shit, this guy's like way too powerful, like, and then like a few like series later they introduced Kryptonite, or was that like always a thing from
No,
the
I think
beginning?
it was always a thing.
Okay, I just didn't know.
Yeah.
But that was like the first thing that I thought of when you said that. Like, oh, this guy's way too powerful,
Well,
and now we need a reason that he's not.
No, they always had that be like his. I think that I think the weakness might have come in a little bit later, but again, like, he had way more fucking powers in the comics than he had in like the movies and stuff like that, and he like altered a lot of his things. But even like the whole like able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, that was just because they thought he was too overpowered that he could fly and shit like that. So that's why it was like, oh no, instead he could just jump really high. It's like it's the same kind of thing. I mean, he's essentially a flying squirrel. All right, let's get this shit show on our own though. All right, everybody ready?
I believe so.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rundown Wrestling Podcast, unintentionally offensive wrestling podcast. As you heard on our intro, 4 people are here, and we actually have an intro that introduces all the 4 people. But I'm going to do it again anyways, because that's how we do the show. I'm Troy. With me this week, Jason is here.
Allow me to fucking tell you what a pain in the ass it was to redo that intro, because I had tried to squeeze 4 things into the same amount of space that I originally had 2.
That's why I don't do quadruple anal.
I felt like Paige. It was awkward.
Nice. With us as well is Sal is here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good to be here.
And Ginger's here.
What's up, poop noodle whore bags? How's it going? How's
Thinking of
everybody
that
doing
line
tonight?
all week.
I feel like now you're just trying too hard.
I actually
Do you
made
know what a
joke
poop noodle
about-
is?
I actually made a joke about what you were going to say. I figured you were just going to take that, but apparently you came up with your own one.
Nope.
All right. Isn't a poop noodle where like you like piss it out of your dick after anal? Isn't that what that is?
Ding, ding, ding. Little pieces of poop.
Lovely.
Wow.
Speaking of pieces of shit, Jason, what do we got going on the side right now?
Well, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can look over to the right-hand side of your screen. You'll see a little box that says chat. There's some people in there, I believe, already. We call it the Smathers Lounge. You can pop in there. You can pop your pants off. You can do whatever you want and pop some thoughts in there. Pop our minds with your words, and we'll put them on the show and see what we can come up with.
It looks like
We'll kick them around. Ginger will call you a bad name, and Troy will say you're stupid, and we'll have a little back and forth. I'll tell them why they're wrong and you're right. We'll make a whole thing out of it. So just share your thoughts and let us know what you think, and we value your opinion.
Yeah, you can
Fun
go,
times.
You can go right now and join my date for tomorrow night in there. And then
Possibly,
all right,
possibly. That's tenuous at best at the moment.
okay.
Not sure she's gonna be able to get down the stairs right now.
Well, I told her it was not everyone can foot jack. Let's talk about
For those of you who are want to wear, my wife injured herself this week and she's having a hard time moving around.
Serious
Nothing's
foot jacking
broken,
accident.
but
Aw.
yeah, no, the foot's all messed up. Nothing's broken, at least according to the X-ray. But they still got to do MRIs and make sure everything's okay. Lots of swelling,
no action.
tough
for
to move
Jason.
around. So we hope at least I hope she's feeling better soon. So.
We all
Absolutely,
hope
man.
she's feeling better soon. All right,
Not everyone on Twitter, but
that's true.
most people.
Fuck
I
'em.
mean, some people would say that
I gotta tell you, as much fun as I had doing Twat Magic last week with my wife, I really missed Troy's take on the events that went down, and I sort of feel like now's the time since he wasn't there last Friday
Oh, I mean, I thought we were just going to talk about it tomorrow, but I always feel a very big sense of pride anytime I can convince one of our co-hosts to be like me on Twitter. So anytime any of you decide that you're going to go ahead and just go full bore at somebody and try to get yourself blocked or try to get yourself suspended, which I have been numerous times on Twitter, it hits me right in my balls. So yeah,
I wasn't even trying to get blocked. It just so happened that it worked out that way.
I mean, do you have any idea how many tweets I have made featuring the Bellas, and they have yet to block my personal account? And
much more vile,
yes,
really fucking going at them shit than this. This was such a fucking benign thing.
This was like, listen, I have thrown like so many headshots at these cunts. Like Lisa,
Literally,
yeah.
he goes to the arenas, he just throws stuff at their head,
and like, and Lisa gets on Twitter and like tosses a frisbee their way, which misses wildly, and she gets crucified for it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it made me proud, but it also made me a little sad, you know? And, but again, I mean, it gives us another example of the hypocrisy that is the Bella Twins. So,
of course.
But yeah, so let's talk about some women who are not gigantic cunts. Let's talk about some beautiful women, because we have a tournament going on right now for the hottest independent female talent. Now, what is independent female talent? Well, there are independent ladies.
Whatever the fuck we say.
That's right. They are women who do not get a paycheck signed by Vince McMahon. That's what we consider independent at this point. Because as much as everybody wants to claim that AEW is the big competition, they're still an indie at this point, because all they've done is run 3 shows. Okay, until they and even. I would say
Impact's put on more pay-per-views than AEW has.
Yeah, exactly. So, and yes, we have some people from Impact here, but that's because of the fact that, yeah, I know Impact has a TV show. Yeah, you know what? So does our ROH, but they would still consider themselves an independent promotion. So, so let's go ahead and go through it. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you're going to see the results.
I totally forgot, by the way.
Yes.
When we were putting together this list, I totally forgot the chick who does the bunny outfit for the Bullet Club over in Japan, because goddamn, happened to catch
she got a fucking name that's not the Bullet Babe, but I forget what it is now.
You know, it's
she
not
used
Amber,
to be called the
it's
Bullet
not
Babe.
Amber Gallows. No, that was Amber Gallows. This is a different chick, Oriental chick. She does like a whole bunny thing. I came across it when I was watching the G1 special.
Well, so I debated on putting
see if I can find her.
Peter. I debated putting her in there as well. It's like, what is it? It's Latina something Piet. I don't know. I debated putting her in there as well, but like everything was just ass shots, and I was like, she's got a mask on. I can't fucking see her face. I don't know what's going on in that thing. So, while Jason looks for that,
sounds like the person I'm talking about, but I don't know.
I don't.
Think that is who we're talking about.
Pietrus, something like that.
Something like that.
I've seen her on.
That was my other problem. I have a hard enough time pronouncing Leva Bates' name. I'm not going to try to pronounce that name as well on top of that. So, apologies, Nicole. It's a condition I have. Oh God, what's going on?
Okay,
yes. That's the chick.
Yeah. What is her fucking name?
How the fuck did we miss her?
Muffin 030 ass.
Well, no, that's not her name. Like I said, it's
that's her name on Instagram.
Well, it's like Peiter, but there's like 2 words in front of it. I can't remember what the fuck it is though. Yeah, there you go. Latina Tokyo Pater. I don't know.
Peter?
I have no fucking clue.
Peter Piper picked a pepper?
But yes, that's who we're talking about. You know, I mean, it happens. I mean, some people are going to slip through the cracks. We can do this again. That's fine. Turn off your screen sharing. Like I said, if you're watching on the YouTubes, go ahead and... what? Sorry, Lisa called all of us more nerdy than Sal, so I don't know how that...
I think the whole Superman talk. I had I didn't know fucking what he was talking about, for the record.
Okay. All right. So, if you're watching on YouTube...
probably because we're talking about the Thanos thing, too.
All right. We're like 10 minutes into this episode, and we've done nothing. So, let's go. All right.
We don't have any fucking pay-per-views to do. We're good.
If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to bring up on my screen right now the results. You can just look away, or if you don't give a fuck, you can look at it. But here's the results for this week. So, we're going to start things off with Nicole Savoy versus Madison Rayne. So, Jason, who you got between those two?
I think I said it on the show. I'll say it again. 5 years ago, it's Madison. Now it's Nicole Savoy.
All right. Ginger.
Madison.
Sal.
Madison. For a guy who just turned 40, you'd think he'd be more sympathetic to somebody who gets a little older.
She looks like a horse.
It's not.
I thought you were going to say whore.
It's not about her getting older, man. It's about her. To me, it's about her not looking very healthy. That's my issue.
She was actually. There's a lot of examples of this. Like, she was super hot and in great shape, and then she decided to become one of those female bodybuilders and shit, and like do the competitions, and like even you go back and look at Alexa Bliss when she was doing competitions, it was like not healthy looking. It was not sexy. It was just like fucking sort of gross, and that's what Madison's
I
at.
just saw her in Impact last week, and she looked the same as she used to look on Impact. So
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
She's sickly.
Anyways, all right. So by a vote of 224 to 53, Madison Rayne moves on.
sickly girls rule.
So she'll be taking on Brooke Adams in the second round.
Ooh, TNA fight for the fallen.
That's right. That brings us to
What?
I don't know.
What the fuck did you get there?
I just meant to say a TNA matchup, but then I just kind of
then you threw AEW's show name in there.
Yeah,
You also threw like the benefit show for the victims of gun violence.
Okay, not my intention. Fucking move on.
I mean, maybe he's
Asshole.
gunning. We don't know. Anyway, so that takes us to Ava Story versus Rebel.
Classic Madison Rayne. Like, that's old school Madison Rayne.
All right. Well, while Jason Googles
This
Ginger,
is
who do you got?
sickly
Ava
Madison
Story or Rebel?
I'm going Ava.
All right. Sal.
Oh, I wasn't sharing yet. That's why that didn't work.
This one was rough, and this one I will agree that Rebel has not aged well. So I'm going Ava Story.
She's like 40, dude. She put on like 20 pounds. That's it. All right. Jason, Ava Story or Rebel?
I'm going to say what I said the other day. I apologized. I did not recognize how hot Ava Story was when we did that special. So, yep, Ava Story.
Okay. With a vote of 152 to 106, Ava Story moves on.
Good.
There we go.
Which means
All right, hold on 1 second. Let me just do this for Sal's benefit. Classic Madison Rayne.
Well, hold on. Nobody at home
okay.
can see that because, like I said, I've got my shit up. Go ahead.
Okay. Original Madison Rayne.
Right.
Original Madison Rayne.
Yeah, when she was like 23, got it. And right there.
Current Madison Rayne.
No. Go back up.
Sickly.
Go back to the thing.
She
Go back
looks
to the
like
thing for a
she-
second.
You can fucking see what she ate for lunch. Like,
Wait,
that's
go,
not.
just
that's too
go
much,
back to
dude.
the list for a second. Like
Why
where you
not?
can see all the pitches.
Yeah?
All right, go to this one right here. The second
Yeah,
row
that's going to
blue.
work really well. And this is perfect for
Second one.
podcasting.
All right, second one blue.
This was the entire fucking hot women's whackatology, Troy. What are you talking about?
Not that one. The one next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
that she looks normal. That's how I saw her in Impact. She looks completely fucking normal.
That was like 2 years ago, Sal. This is current. This was like last week.
I guess she wasn't wrestling in that attire last week. on
Moving
Impact.
on. So that means that Ava Story will take on Tennille Dashwood in the second round. So that takes us to our next match. By the way, I forgot to mention last week that with Scarlett Bordeaux and Kira Hogan both winning, they will be facing each other in the second round. Penelope Ford and Candy Cartwright also be facing each other in the second round. So that brings us to
Kiera Hogan would love to be face to face with Scarlett Bordeaux.
probably, or ass to ass. Angel Sinclair versus Leva Bates.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Sal.
I might be a little bit biased, but to me, it's Angel Sinclair.
All right. Ginger.
Angel Sinclair.
Jason.
I think it's Angel. That said, if she wins, Troy's going to have a hard time finding different pictures as she continues to advance.
Yeah, tell me about it. So by a vote of 130 to 106, my job gets harder. Angel Sinclair moves on.
Ah, good on you, Angel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not a very well-known person against a pretty well-known person, even
Yeah.
with some NXT background to him too.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised.
that takes us
She's
to
getting all that Anthony Green rub that's been going around
I'm
lately.
sure he's been rubbing a lot. Taya Valkyrie took on Solo Darling, and Ginger. Who you got?
Let's go Taya.
Sal.
I've always had a thing for Taya, so Taya.
Jason.
It's Taya.
All right, by a vote of 187 to 65, Taya Valkyrie moves on.
There we go. Kind of a beatdown.
A little bit. So that takes us to somebody riding a motorcycle outside their house. Priscilla Kelly taking on Rebel Kell. Jason.
I was not familiar with Rebel Kell up until you put her in this tournament, Troy. I gotta say, well done. But I still gotta go Priscilla Kelly.
Sal.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Rebel Kell was a very pleasant surprise, but it's still Priscilla Kelly.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of like maybe 10 women in this tournament. If you put Rebel Kell up against them, it would have been easily Rebel Kell. She just had a tough draw.
Yeah,
Ginger.
tough first round.
Priscilla.
All right. With a vote of 160 to 53, Priscilla Kelly moves on. Which means we lost both women with the name of Rebel.
Aw.
Makes it very easy for me to find pictures then. Because Priscilla's got a ton of them, let me tell you.
Oh, yes, she does.
Our final matchup of the week, Thunder Rosa took on Delilah Doom. And Ginger, who you had?
Thunder Rosa.
Sal.
You convinced me with that picture of Thunder Rosa's ass, so Thunder Rosa.
I mean, come on. Jason.
If we were playing Fuck, Marry, Kill, Thunder Rosa would be the one you'd kill. Or both of these women would probably be the one you'd kill in that, if they were in that Fuck, Marry, Kill contest. But that's a no tournament for next time. Fuck, Marry, Kill tournament bracket. Anyway,
Why the hate for Thunder Rosa? What?
I don't hate her. It's just she doesn't do herself any favors with the way she presents herself most of the time.
Did you see the
She
pictures I
doesn't
put up?
have big, blonde, beautiful titties.
I understand that she does not.
I don't care what hair color the titties are, Sal.
I understand she doesn't have gigantic tits or whatever like that, but I mean her body is still banging.
Yeah, it's okay.
But you would choose Thunder Rosa over Delilah Doom, or
I would fucking.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, I guess.
all right, with a vote of 102
Sure.
to 56, Thunder Rosa moves on. So that takes us to our next matchups. Right now, you can go to rundownwrestling.com and vote on Shanna versus Trina Michaels. And then Friday will be Allison Kay versus Vita Scott.
Beta.
I know, I just like saying because I'm just being so angry.
Okay, because you said Leva Bates wrong like every time you talked about
I
it
know.
during both specials. So
And you guys didn't correct me, so fuck you.
I wasn't on the women's one. I wasn't allowed to comment. People get mad at me when I comment.
You weren't. You sure did make your comments.
I
Saturday.
stuck to only stuff that was relevant to the conversation, though. I did not make jokes.
Yeah, you sat there and you like, oh, she's a doctor. Then you're like, oh, well, no, she's a dentist. And then that caused.
You
the whole
said
thing.
she was a doctor, and they said really, and I said no, dentist. Just to clarify, there were points where you were misleading those poor women, and I was trying to provide them with correct fucking information.
They didn't.
Just
care.
saying.
They didn't care what her
About 6
profession
times
was.
you were like, look, Rebel's fat!
Yeah, which they didn't
did
care
not.
about. Anyways, Saturday you'll get Melissa
A
Santos.
couple of them went whoa when they showed the current picture. That's all I'm saying.
Saturday you'll get Melissa Santos.
And there were like
versus...
4 women that they were like, oh, but she has a kid. And then you didn't tell them that fucking Melissa Santos had a kid. I thought that was information they should have if that was a factor that they were considering. That's all.
Saturday, Melissa Santos will take on Tessa Blanchard. Sunday, Casey Lennox will take on Jordan Grace. Then Monday, you'll have Mercedes Martinez versus Nevea. And finally, Tuesday, Alicia Edwards versus Angelina Love. So you can go to rundownwrestling.com every day of the week at about 8 o'clock or 8:30 Central for, whoops, didn't want to do that. For Um,
Well, I'm not watching on YouTube. It doesn't help me. What did you do?
oh, I was trying. I always hit the wrong.
Did you
fucking
accidentally open your porn folder on YouTube?
button. No, I hit share screen and I meant to hit full screen. So go to runonwrestling.com every day for a brand new matchup. Vote as much as you fucking want. I don't care. So we go from talking about perfect tens to, and we start off. It was a busy week. We had, of course, Monday Night Raw being the Raw reunion, and we have a couple of things to talk about in that. But one of them would be the 24/7 Championship. So here's how the night went with the 24/7 Championship. Started off with R-Truth. He was at the arena, and Renee Michelle came up and was able to distract him long enough for Drake to roll him up and be a 3-time? I guess 3? Already, yes. Already. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up?
Never mind. Go ahead.
No, what were we going to say?
No, that's cool. Go ahead.
No, what did I miss already?
Prior to Raw, they released an interview with Renee Michelle saying that if Drake Maverick could win the title back, they would consummate their marriage.
Oh, yeah. That was just fucking
So
stupid.
that was part of the storyline as to why he was so amped to get that fucking belt back.
Right. So of course, because it's WWE and that's what we do, apparently he can't fuck his wife until he wins the championship back. Now, granted, he won it back. Did she say that he had to keep it the rest of the night? So after he is able to pin R-Truth and win, he runs to the back. The Boogeyman then scares him, I guess, and for whatever reason decides not to pin him, and instead Pat Patterson's old fucking ass comes in. He can't actually bend his knees at this point, so he just kind of stands on top of Drake. It was really fucking bad because like
it was a lot better than the next one.
Yes, that's true, but like Drake had to sit there and wait for like a minute for this fucking fucker to be able to pick up his decrepit fucking foot and put it on him.
At least we saw that's all I'm gonna say. At least we saw Patterson pin him.
Yeah,
That's weird. You would think Patterson would be much quicker to jump on a younger guy.
I know, right? And especially because I mean, let's be honest here. Drake is a twink. So after that, off screen, somehow something happened between Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson, which resulted in Pat Patterson just like gently laying down, and Briscoe being like, "I won the championship," and running off. He then
We came back and he was already down in the.
Yeah.
Apparently, the pinfall had already occurred, which that we never saw the pinfall occur. We just came back after, which was tremendous. Prompted Corey Graves to say, "It's Rio de Janeiro all over again." Fantastic fucking line.
So Briscoe rounds the corner. Kelly is standing there looking fine as ever. Proceeds to knee him right
I thought
in
we
his
hated Kelly on this show.
Who hates Kelly on this show?
I think Adam hates Kelly.
Fuck Adam, he's not here.
Adam's not on the
Adam's
show.
not here.
I thought it was like a group consensus thing.
Oh
Fuck
no.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me put a caveat on that. We hate Kelly's wrestling ability. We do not hate the way that Kelly looks.
I did make a comment on Salvation that she can't wrestle, and Adam was like, "Well, she could wrestle in this match," and I'm like, "Okay, she did like a flippy thing." So, that being said, she's still fine as hell. So I have no problem with her
tournament.
What's that?
She's not a wrestler anymore, dude.
Dude, do we want to go through the list? And
No.
that criteria up.
Look, here's the thing. I looked into it, and I did see.
Is
I'm
she
like,
still-
well, I was gonna put Danielle Monet in here as well, but then I was like, well, she hasn't wrestled since getting fired either, so I'm like, well.
Then you just talk about Instagram models soaring through the tournament, so that doesn't seem
Well,
very fair.
former WWE
Well,
wrestlers.
and also now she is a very recent WWE champion, so it would be would throw the whole thing completely out of whack if
exactly.
she's
So,
been in there.
there you go.
Kelly was still linked with WWE at for this entire time. So, but whereas, like I said, with Danielle Monet, like she just doesn't wrestle anymore, so that's why I didn't put her in here, even though obviously she was Summer Rae. Kelly Kelly then winds up running into Naomi, Candice Michelle, and Melina. And this actually, I think, was my favorite segment of the night, because then you had they're like catching up, and Melina's like, "Oh, I just got my license," and they're like, "What license?" And then she unzips the jacket, and she's got a referee shirt on. Candice Michelle then proceeds to take out Kelly Kelly and win. But shortly after that, Alundra Blaze comes up. Yes.
That little dance Candice Michelle does.
Still great, right?
Still good.
It's still good, but it's not at the same level. She lost a little bit off her fastball. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. You know what?
By the way, can we just go for what? Why the fuck is Candice Michelle, of all people, hanging around in the back in her fucking wrestling gear? First off. And second off, why the fuck did she need to be in her wrestling gear for this spot?
I don't know. I
didn't mind.
Nobody else was in their wrestling gear for any of it. Other than, I guess, Boogeyman, but, I mean, he's always in that outfit.
Yeah, he's always in that outfit.
So,
Kelly Kelly's in a fucking bikini top. We're lucky her shit didn't fall out.
Right.
Well, did you see how she got pinned? That's all I'm saying.
So then,
she got choked out? No, that was...
No.
Yeah. She got, she moved the camera pretty much.
Yep, no, you're right.
So Alundra Blaze comes up, puts Candice Michelle in a sleeper hold, makes Melina count the submission, and Alundra Blaze wins the championship, and then awkwardly says, "I'm not going to be champion for long."
Not to be a
I'm not
dick,
to be
I didn't realize
24
that was Alundra Blaze.
I'm not going to be 24 champion for long. Yes, thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Which
that
was
is exactly
great.
what she said.
Which was great foreshadowing, because she wasn't even going to make it 1 day out of 7, so she didn't even bother with the fucking days.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm just only going to count the hours.
No, swear to God, I didn't recognize that was Alundra Blaze at first.
I didn't either.
Who the fuck is this weird woman that looks like a weird school teacher?
Look, I understand. Like, oh, look.
What fucking school did you go to?
And trust me, I'm not shitting on her. It was just I hadn't seen her in
She
so
charges
long.
extra for that, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, so there is that aspect of it. Like, that's when you definitely... Like, there was a couple of times throughout this night that the announcers didn't immediately say who people were, and it's like, yeah, those people don't look anything like they used to look. Like, you need to kind of give us... Especially the women, you know... Like, yeah, like, I knew Kelly Kelly. Candice Michelle took me a second to be like, oh, that's right, that's fucking Candice Michelle. Because she doesn't look exactly like...
Caitlyn got screwed.
Caitlyn, yeah, like, first of all,
They were like...
Caitlyn looks nothing like she did when she was a wrestler. Like,
Not even close.
She looked like she did in Mae Young Classic.
No.
They were like, hey, it's Caitlyn, and the whole crowd's like, oh.
I swear to God, there were people that thought that was Ruby Riott.
Yeah. So
I'm not joking, dude. Go on fucking
Yeah,
Twitter.
that's
There
true.
were people that thought it was Ruby Riott.
Oh, God.
yeah. So
Thank God the Boogeyman said who he was, or I would have no
I know,
fucking
right?
clue.
Alundra Blaze was god fucking awful. She
Yeah, a little bit.
sounded... Her acting was piss poor.
Oh, it's
Like-
always been.
And
Go
then,
back and watch some shit. It's always been.
yeah, the other thing too was just like, it's like, we're really gonna fucking do this again. And we were, because then Alundra Blaze comes out with a fucking trash can, and she says she's gonna do it, but then we get Ted DiBiase coming out, and he...
Here.
What?
Senior, not junior.
Senior, yes, correct, sorry. Ted DiBiase, Senior, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, comes out, apparently had way too much stuff in his pocket, or had, like, incredibly deep pockets, because it took him fucking forever to get that wad of cash out of his pocket. Proceeds to give it to Alundra Blaze, and Alundra's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do anything for $1. And so then to...
Look, I mean, at Medusa's age, it takes her a little bit longer to get a wad out of a guy.
That's true. So then Ted DiBiase becomes 24/7 champion. Then the next one we get is yet another not televised pinfall. We instead just get a closed up limo and some rustling around before Maverick comes out with a referee going, I want it back! So you're like, oh, okay, so Drake Maverick apparently pinned Ted DiBiase in his limo. But then, of course, R-Truth comes up, pins Drake Maverick, becoming a 10-time 24/7 champion.
What the fuck?
Proceeds to...
With the help of Carmella.
With the help of Carmella.
Dynasty right there.
Yeah. Truth proceeds to hop into the limo where Renee Michelle is, and Ted DiBiase, right? Did we ever see?
Yeah,
Ted
I didn't
DiBiase
see him. I
leave
didn't see
that
him get out of the
limo?
limo.
And they drove away. So Renee Michelle,
Think about that.
yeah, Renee Michelle is definitely getting a little wobbly H action right now. Then Drake, of course, is
Everybody's got a price.
like, that's right. Drake says to Carmella, "Oh, they my championship. It's all gonna be okay, honey." And then realizes that his wife is gone and proceeds to run off. And then we did not see them at all on SmackDown.
Would that be the ultimate inclusive threesome? You got an Indian chick, a black dude, and a senior citizen.
I mean, there's got to be at least one of those.
There's
on
got to be a
Pornhub,
channel
right?
on Pornhub for that.
Yeah.
Not only that, there's got to be a joke told somewhere about that, right? An Indian, a black guy, and a senior citizen get into a limo together. And hilarity ensues.
All right, so
When do you get to the joke part?
yeah, so that was the shenanigans that we had. So Ginger, what was your favorite segment of the 24/7 Championship?
I thought it was stupid, but it was really good to see Pat Patterson. I really did. I mean, it's fucking stupid, but it was so awful. It was fantastic. That's how I look at it. And then just him and Briscoe, they always had the feud back in the Attitude Era. So it was kind of good to see that part. This is what, not fully what the 24/7 championship should be, but it was a good taste of it. Multiple title changes in one night. Now, should that happen every night? Every Monday and Tuesday? No. But it should happen more often than not.
Okay.
But I liked all the title changes.
Sal, what were your takes on it?
My favorite off the bat, 100% for her entire involvement, was Kelly Kelly. She walks up to Gerald Briscoe. He's like, "Hey, Kelly." She kisses him on the cheek. She knees him right in the fucking ballsack, which I thought was hilarious to begin with. And then her going and meeting with the other girls in the back, and her completely being who Kelly Kelly always was. And she was like, "What license?" I'm like, "I got a referee shirt on." Like, I just thought that was all hilarious. The $1 Million Man thing was interesting in the fact that Michael Cole said at one point he bought the WWE Championship, and I'm like, well, he tried to. I don't think they actually got away with it.
So does that
Somebody
mean,
brought up the point.
Does that mean
Yeah.
Ted DiBiase is a WWE champion then?
He's not on their list.
But
like, if you
if
go
We
to their
have the
website,
precedent now that
Yeah.
that is allowed as a legitimate title
Yeah.
change.
And
Ding,
Cole
ding, ding.
said he once bought the WWE Championship, so
yeah, that's
that
right.
tells me that they retconned that. So, and Jason, your favorite part of that?
My favorite part? God. I sort of liked Drake Maverick coming out of the limo because I thought it was going to be R-Truth when DiBiase went in there and you saw the rattling around. So the fact that Maverick popped out, anything Drake Maverick does with this, I enjoy. He's got such great comedic timing as a performer that I find him incredibly entertaining. I don't like the fact that he's doing this on one show and then trying to be a badass on 205 Live. I think
complete fucking different character on
that's a
205
fucking
Live.
problem that they need to address. But other than that, I enjoy him on this, and he was great here too.
We're going to have next week. He's going to be in a wrestling match against Mike Kanellis. And he got scared and tripped and fell and was able to have a 90-year-old guy pin him with just his foot on him. How are we supposed to take him seriously going up against an actual wrestler? And if
In an unsanctioned match, so
In
it's
a-
like basically a street fight.
yeah, exactly. That
Well, you heard Drake. You're not getting Drake the 205 Live GM or
But- when Drake is
Yeah.
going for the 24/7 championship, he's not the 205 Live manager though either.
right, but you're gonna get the 205. You're gonna get the Drake Maverick, the fighter, or whatever.
Did you see the shit he posted on Instagram though?
No, I didn't.
No.
So he took the still shot of Carmella dominatingly standing over him while he's on his knees, and then just put the Brazzers logo at the bottom.
Oh
No, he
my.
fucking didn't.
He
Did he
did.
really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he gets a. They've pretty much given him the green light on a lot of things to just do whatever he fucking wants, and
Yeah.
WWE has largely been just kind of letting the performers do their own thing. And like I said, Big E was once asked why he was able to do half the things he was able to do on Twitter, and he was just pretty much like, "What are they gonna do? Fire me?" So That takes us to then SmackDown, where we're going to talk about. Originally, we were told Shawn Michaels was going to be on commentary on SmackDown because of the fact that, as we found out, over on SmackDown, we had some sad news that Byron Saxton's father actually passed away, so he wasn't on the show. They wound up not having Corey Graves on the show either. Instead, went with first the New Day, the two members of them not named Kofi Kingston. Then later Michael Cole.
Day?
For some reason, Michael Cole just shows up. So for what we were kind of left wondering, like, I thought Shawn Michaels was on commentary, but instead Shawn Michaels was on Miz TV. So Miz and Shawn spent the majority of Miz TV just verbally blowing each other. Before, tell me they didn't.
They kind of did.
Yeah. Before Dolph Ziggler comes out, does his whole little shtick thing again. Miz then calls him out, essentially aping what Kevin Owens had already said during his promo.
Mm-hmm.
Before Shawn Michaels calls Dolph, or says to Dolph that he spent his entire career trying to be a second-rate Shawn Michaels, which I love that fucking line, because let's be honest,
100%.
the guy uses a super kick and looks like Shawn Michaels.
It was having
has
his
designed his
like,
gear to look like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, his gear. Fucking, he had McIntyre with them for a while, which everybody thought of Diesel.
This led to a little skirmish where Dolph tried to hit Shawn Michaels, instead hits the Miz. Then was able to then hit Shawn Michaels and take him out. So, of course, everyone's like, "Oh, we're setting up that Shawn Michaels is going to wrestle at SummerSlam." Well, maybe not. No,
okay, probably
doesn't sound-
not.
No,
Probably not.
I don't know. I came out, and this is the problem with this segment. As much as I love the segment, I came out of it not knowing who we're building this fucking angle for.
well, you're like,
Right.
Is it a Dolph versus Miz, or is it Dolph versus Shawn? Is it?
I mean,
The interaction was much more Dolph and Shawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not opposed to a Dolph Shawn match.
No, I think that would be.
I'm
good.
not necessarily opposed to a Dolph Shawn match either. That said, if Shawn's coming out of retirement, at least on
American television.
on American soil, at SummerSlam, that's got to be the AJ match. It's got to be a dream match. Ziggler
Yeah, it
doesn't
can't be
fit the
Dolph.
bill for that.
Unless, like, Shawn is doing
but
a multi
as I
fight
say that-
deal. Like, a couple
As I
fights over
say
the next
that,
few
Kurt
months.
Angle's last opponent at WrestleMania was Baron
Corbin.
So,
No, you could also see Shawn in Miz's corner. They do Shawn, Miz with Shawn versus Dolph. I will say
that
this.
doesn't make sense unless if Dolph had somebody on his side, that would make more sense. But it doesn't make sense otherwise. Then
But
it's the faces out and bring the heel. It doesn't work.
But I will say that Shawn sold that super kick like $1 million fucking bucks.
I think he had no choice.
It's
I think
quite
Ziggler
possible.
it looked like Ziggler fucking caught him good with it.
Yeah, that's possible.
Um,
Yeah, go ahead, Ginger.
yeah, I liked it. It was good to see. I mean, besides the whole fucking Miz TV where they were gawking each other, it was good. God, Shawn, his eye, man, looking east, looking west. But
I got kicked by Kane. What do you want from him?
I know, right?
Yeah, but again, back to everybody's point. Who the fuck is Ziggler going to be working with at SummerSlam?
More importantly, why would anybody want Dolph Ziggler to work SummerSlam? Dude, fuck.
I mean, if it gets us Shawn Michaels, I'll deal with it.
Look,
Yeah.
Shawn versus Dolph is not the worst match that Shawn Michaels
No.
came out of retirement for. It's not a great match. It's definitely not the best match because obviously, like we said, AJ versus Shawn would be great, or even Shawn versus Daniel would be a dream match to me. But
Absolutely there for that.
yeah, I mean, it's not him coming out of retirement to take on Walter. Like, it's fine. It's at least
Imagine that. Now all I can see is HBK and his HBK gear against Volter.
Yeah. And again, it's like it makes sense because Dolph Ziggler has always been like fucking Shawn Michaels light, so it does make total sense for it to happen. But again, like I said, I mean, this is a guy who has said numerous times like that was a one-off thing. He was embarrassed by the performance and stuff like that. They even worked that into the storyline here, where he talked about like, yeah, it was embarrassing. It seems like he is done, but then again, here he was again, and is cleared to get physical. So
if we get Dolphin Miz, though, I mean, to be fair, the last time these two had a program, it was great, and there's a little bit more on the line. But if you have nothing else to do with Miz right now, you could potentially build this and have a nice little match at SummerSlam.
But then what we need, though, is different ammunition. Because...
Well, he did mention Maurice last week, and then that kind of went away. But,
But that was, like I said, I mean, Dolph comes out, and before he even has a chance to say anything, Miz is already like, oh, you're just coming out to say, it should have been me. Like, he didn't even say that. Like, so, yeah, he needs some different, ammunition to use against him. So going back over to Monday Night Raw, obviously we had the Legends. We're going to talk about the main events separately because of everything that entailed, but the Legends, other than the 24/7 championship, definitely did invade some storylines. So we started off the night with John Cena. And...
You did that wrong.
Sorry, we started off the night with John Cena. I love... Let me tell you, I love the number of times you drop the fucking John Cena Every time I was just like, there you go. Just make her completely regret ever doing a show with you. So John Cena started the night, and let me tell you, John Cena did it. John Cena was able to be away from WWE long enough for me to actually miss him. Because when
the fans.
Yeah, and the fans too. Because
got a huge pop to Cena.
And what he did was great, because he didn't come out there and wasn't against some young talent or like that. Like, they hadn't come out there, he cut a promo, did his whole like, this is my home and stuff like that. The Usos come out, and they they were entertaining, and of course they're just like, that's not what we want to see. We want to see the Doctor of Thugonomics. And so then we got a taste of the Doctor of Thugonomics, and the Usos are probably wishing that they didn't ask for the Doctor of Thugonomics. Because Cena laid...
Talk about a self-fulfilling prophecy, though, huh?
Yes.
Oh, he roasted them so bad that they relapsed.
Yeah, we're rolling into it here. So Cena says, like, I'm trying to remember the exact line he says, but it's like, the remainder of it is, you guys look just like your mugshots. And I thought, oh my god, oh yeah, then it was how was getting arrested, and that, like, that's how you're gonna start the fucking night off. Like, come on, dude, like, you can't just murder those two to start off the show.
They asked for
Doctor
it.
of Thugonomics. You're gonna get the Doctor of Thugonomics.
That's right. So then, which we found out, was it yesterday or this morning?
I think you reported it this morning.
Okay,
so
yeah.
So this
you said 3 of something a.m. So.
Yeah, 3 in the morning, we found out that Mr. Jimmy Uso was arrested for DUI. So the funny thing was, I instantly saw some of the news reports saying that he was arrested for an alleged DUI. You don't get arrested for alleged DUIs.
Nope.
You get arrested.
Well, you could get arrested for refusing a breathalyzer.
Which they would say he got arrested.
Arrested for a DUI.
Yeah. So he got arrested for a DUI because he took the breathalyzer and failed it. Now we talked about this when the other Uso brother got popped a month ago. We talked about this with Jeff Hardy getting popped last week. WWE has continued to do the exact same thing across the board for all of their superstars, and that is that people are responsible for their own actions. I was seeing a lot of people saying, like, oh, they should fine him, they should suspend him. No, this is what WWE should do. Go out to him and say, we're willing to pay for you to go to AA. And if they say yes, perfect. They go to AA. If they say no, they go, okay. And that's it. That's all they should do. They shouldn't suspend them or anything like that, because you know what? If you're a banker for a bank, you wind up get popped for a DUI, you don't miss any work, you go right back to work. Your work doesn't turn around and fucking fire you up. Now, if you're a truck driver and you get popped for DUI, that's different. That's a condition of your employment.
I was going to say that's a condition before you even get
Yes.
hired, though.
So it's not a condition that you have to have a clean record, because otherwise we wouldn't have any wrestlers. So
they'd all be like 17.
yeah. So pump the brakes on this whole like WWE should suspend him and stuff like that. Like, they are most likely talking to him and trying to get him to go to AA. They've done it in the past with other guys and said like, hey, we're going to pay for your rehab, stuff like that. We're going to get you back, clean and get you on the right track and everything like that. This is the same company that turned around and asked Scott Hall, don't be in that ring for the toast, because they know his so they are aware of certain
to
people.
his credit, he didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Unless you guys have anything else to say on the matter, we'll continue rolling on with the other legends.
I do.
Go ahead, Ginger.
Okay, so whenever I see a sports person or a celebrity or anybody in general that is in the public eye get a DWI, a DUI, I think to myself,
Self?
Keep
how
going.
fucking stupid are these people? Okay, you have a lot of money. There's Uber. There's fucking taxi in general. A fucking what's the other one?
Lyft.
Lyft. Okay. These things run 24/7. How stupid can you be to be in the public eye and risk this happening? You could lose your job, but obviously WWE is not going to do that because that could possibly make things worse for them.
You could also kill yourself or other people by getting behind the wheel.
I was getting to that. So Troy brought up Jeff Hardy last week, was it? Last week?
Yes.
He didn't get behind the wheel. He was like passed out on a stairwell or something like that.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's not as bad as a fucking DUI.
Yeah.
You are putting your own life at risk. You're putting possibly a fucking child's life at risk. Anybody else's, including yours. Don't be fucking stupid. This pisses me off beyond belief. It's fucking mind-boggling how stupid you can be to fucking do this.
Can I just interject on that for a second?
Oh, go ahead.
And I don't disagree with you. And there's a lot of people who have lost family members, loved ones to strangers who were drunk behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
My only caveat, not even a defense for these people, but no one starts their night with the intention of drinking and driving. The more you drink, the more these things creep in your head that, oh, I'm just 5 minutes down the street. Oh, I've only had a couple beers. Oh, I'm just going straight down the highway and I'll be fine. And it's the alcohol talking. And I don't know if it's something you have to plan. If you know you have a problem, then you have to make plans beforehand. You have to get like dropped off at the spot you're going to party at, or make plans with, your inner circle to have no chance of being behind a wheel. But once you're already 9-10 drinks deep, then it's the alcohol convincing you to fucking get behind the wheel and thinking everything's fine.
So my rebuttal to your rebuttal. Obviously, he wasn't out alone. You don't go drinking out alone. I don't care who the fuck you are.
Absolutely.
It's
Probably 100%.
Alcoholics absolutely go out
Okay.
drinking by themselves.
Okay.
Well, that's
All
true,
right,
too.
Hold on. We're getting down dangerous territory here. We're not debating this, okay? Because it has nothing to do with what's going on. What we have is the facts. We have the facts that him and his brother both clearly have a drinking problem, and have both been popped for DUIs. And it's their adults. It's their responsibility that they know that they have been popped in the past, that they should make accommodations. So we don't know any facts other than the fact that he was picked up at 3:00 in the morning and for a DUI and was held on a $100,000 bond. So we don't know who he was drinking with. We don't know if he was drinking alone, something like that.
$100,000?
I think that's what I read, something like that. Doesn't matter. Anyways, continuing on with the show. The other big Legends involvement was a match between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, where the club obviously were backing up AJ Styles, and out came Road Dogg, Triple H, Shawn, was it what they were?
Yep.
Yeah,
Shawn was
and
there,
X-Pac.
yeah. And X-Pac, as well as Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And Road Dogg with a good line where he's like, "The seven of us, seven? Oh, I forgot Billy." And
Well, he gave props to China. He's like, she's here in spirit.
Yeah.
And then he was like,
that.
"There's 7 of us here right now." Oh shit, I forgot Billy again.
So it was the Click and DX teaming up. So what we got now this morning or last night, we had a conversation between X-Pac and Scott Hall, where they discussed what went down with the everything like that, and apparently the two of them, and this is from their own mouths, said that they didn't like the fact that they were burying the club, and that they took it as they were burying the club. They felt that they I guess they tried to say, let's do something different and let's not do what we did and let's not halt the club, but they also said like, well, what were we going to do? Tell them no, we're not going to do it. So did any of you guys feel like the club was getting buried by this?
Not particularly. It's a legend show. I'm not. It's not egregious when DX comes out and they get the big pop and and then they kind of like run, hold court and run the ring. I don't have a real big problem with that. And I like the club that they got a new name.
Yeah, they're the
OC.
now, yep. Well, the other thing too is like I didn't feel it was burying it because it's 3 guys against 8. Like that's
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not,
I didn't think it was. Yeah, exactly.
the OC backing
I
down.
can't wait. I can't wait for their new valet, Misha Barton, to show up. That's going to be impressive.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so they are the OC now, which I guess would be the original club. Which
The only club, the original club, and there was another one too. I don't know.
yeah.
They're not really the original club.
The only club, I think
Carl,
it was.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we'll see if when Finn comes back, if he joins up with them or not, or if they continue to keep them separate. But they have talked on social media about like, well, Finn's got an open invitation if he wants to join the OC. So okay, yeah. So I think that was.
Oh, there was one more legend that kind of was involved in storylines.
What's that?
Mick Foley.
Oh shit! I can't believe I almost forgot.
Oh, we can't go 2 weeks in a row without talking about this.
Right. So Mick Foley comes out, and he's giving a promo. The 24/7 Drake comes running through, and Mick won me over. He went, "Come to daddy," and he chased after him.
Come to daddy.
Then seemed to remember himself and was like, "Oh, I'm coming back for you." Like that was great because. Before we got him into the show, Mick had said on social media like, "I'm coming for the 24/7 championship." So I like the fact that they actually had it like, yeah, he is like his intention seemed to be like, once I'm done with this promo, I'm going to chase after him. Yeah, but he wasn't able to because the lights slowly went out. They came back on, and Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend, I should say, was in the ring, and. I was like, I'm like, there's no way. They're not going to have him actually get physical with Mick Foley. But sure enough, he locks the fucking mandible claw into Mick Foley. And Foley's
It's a hurt glove.
Yeah. Yes, Jim.
Fucker. No, I was going to say, when the lights were flashing on him, he had both hands up, and he had the hurt heel. And when the lights actually came fully on, he had the hurt glove still up. I really like that little touch.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know what Adam thinks.
Why?
Why?
I don't know. I wanted to discuss it on the show this week, and we've been talking without letting him speak. So go ahead, Adam.
Go ahead, Adam. So now here's where eventually I'll have to go and cut what he says on Making the Grade and then just put it in there and just add it on the show.
Cut something completely different to make it funny, please.
Remix, yo.
Well, spoiler for Making the Grade: Adam hated everything.
Yes.
I think Making the Grade should just be renamed to Adam Hates Wrestling.
There you go. I mean, he kind of does.
Adam ruins everything? Oh, wait,
even the
I think
fun
that's
shit
trademark.
that I like. When I first started on this show, I was labeled as the fucking negative one. Like
Oh, that's
That's
always
ginger.
too critical. Man, Adam's gotten way too cynical even for me. Just saying.
It says something when both of you are more cynical than I am.
Wow.
So
I'm not even that cynical anymore.
It's true. You definitely have come.
You've
around
mellowed
a little
out
bit
in your
more,
old
yeah.
age.
So yeah. So
Anytime you want to measure dicks, Sal, you let me know.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm all set
I'm-
there.
I might have a few more years, but I got several more inches, pal. So
You for the competition, you can't take dick pills. From Jeff.
those are
Vaccine.
injections.
Those are,
Oh, sorry.
those are
So
penile
Bray
injections.
Wyatt.
Yeah.
Jeff,
So,
I swear to God, Jeff showed up. He saw the ad that said you give penis injections. He thought it was something completely different when he applied for the job.
yeah. They asked him, please put your pants on and fill out this application. He's like, all right. So did we feel that this was because like I said, we're going to be talking about the main event in a little bit here. Did we feel like this was a good use of the legends returning, and did we feel like we gave enough time to like the actual they're every week wrestlers as well?
No.
Whoa, 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 wait.
Just
specifically talking-
No.
First, you stop. Okay, now go. Tell us what.
No,
tell us your
no,
no, don't do that again. Tell us your reasons for why you don't agree.
No, let's let Sal go first, because I always go first, and then Sal has to go. Oh, yeah, I actually agree with you. So go ahead,
Just
Sal.
specifically talking about Mick Foley. Okay, I
That was the
thought
question.
Definitely,
he was one of the legends.
definitely
so
wasn't
yeah,
the
we're
question.
gonna
But
talk
go
about
ahead.
this first.
Talking about Mick Foley. Go ahead.
So, I thought that was a great use of Mick Foley. It fit into the story with the 24/7 title, and it put over Bray like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. And it was believable because he didn't give him the Sister Abigail. He gave him the Mandible Claw, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's probably the only bump that Mick Foley can take these days. But it worked. It worked for the presentation of The Fiend. It worked into what we saw the next night on SmackDown. And as far as the other legends go, it, like I said before, it wasn't egregious. Seeing DX there, seeing Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, it was fine. You knew you were going to see them anyway. To be honest, Triple H kind of
Jesus Christ, dude.
No. To be honest, Triple H was minimized compared to what he's used to being on the show and time slotted. So no, I didn't really have a problem with the legends. It's fucking reunion night. What did you guys expect?
So, allow me to answer the question that Troy actually asked. Were there exceptions? Sure, but overall, no, I don't feel like this was a good use of A, TV time, or B, the legends, for a couple reasons. First off, the club just fucking got back together. Did we need them to cower away from a bunch of 50-year-old dudes? Does that make them look strong? Or does that make them look like flaming fucking pussies?
Was that an actual question? Sorry.
Didn't we just say that we didn't feel the club was fair? We literally just had that conversation.
Right, but then you went and said, what did you expect? It was good use of the legends. No, it wasn't. It was a fucking bad use of the legends. Because you put the legends over the fucking young talent who you're pushing. Now, was it a good use of TV time? Well, let's see. We're 4 fucking weeks out from SummerSlam. I got no fucking build really for anything at SummerSlam. Except Seth versus Brock, which is the same fucking match with the same fucking story they just had at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I will completely agree with that. The Raw reunion definitely should have been a night after a pay-per-view or something like that, where, not here where you're trying to build to your biggest event of the year.
Yeah. Buckle the fuck up. But yeah, I agree with Sal. I think the use of Mick Foley with Bray Wyatt was fantastic and well done. And I really hope that this was Bray's way of sort of sapping the Mandible Claw away from Mick Foley and making it his own, because that would be fantastic for him to add to his arsenal.
Because real quick to that point, Bray did tweet "thank you," so that is a possibility, and tagged Foley in it.
We said from the start, at least I said I don't know about anybody else, but I said from the start when this new Bray Wyatt character showed up, I don't want him to wrestle the same as old Bray Wyatt. I don't want the Sister Abigail anymore. So if this is their way of sort of replacing his finisher with the Mandible Claw, I'm all fucking in for that. I think that's perfect.
100% agree.
So that was
that?
Good use of legends.
I said 100% agree.
Oh, you kind of mumbled it. Yeah, that's kind of the new thing that WWE is doing is they seem to be transitioning a lot of the finishers people. I mean, Kevin Owens does a stunner now,
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep going, Jason.
We flew Jillian Hall in for this shit.
That's who that blonde was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
I could not figure that out for like 2 hours.
We paid travel for this woman to be here.
One second.
Troy jerks off very violently.
Time for the aliens to abduct Troy.
Alright, you want to not do that on my fucking ear, dude? Come on. Give me a second, the recording stops.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, let me restart it.
I'm a nice man. Yeah, I'm a nice man.
Cut it off.
So, no for the musical interlude? Okay.
No, because we are on YouTube and we will get content ID for it. Not that it matters, but I don't want our video taken down. Alright,
No Street Profits name.
proceed.
Fuck was I?
You were saying how awesome Bray Wyatt is.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
here for it. Go ahead.
no, but then we're again, like I said, we're putting over Seth, who's already fucking over, with DX and the NWO at the expense of the club, which I think was horrible fucking.
Oh, I had heard that was supposed to be Ricochet.
That's what they say. Who the fuck knows? We have, and I don't want to step on the dick of the topic that we've got coming up, but we are building towards a current superstar versus a legend at an upcoming pay-per-view. Perfect moment to start that by having the legend in the house and the other person getting in their face. Perfect moment. And you didn't fucking do it. Make no sense. The 24/7 shit was, I mean, it is what it is. It was hokey, but fucking at least put in guys that are allowed to do some physicality. Okay? Then perhaps the fucking worst of the entire goddamn thing, the Sami Zayn spot. Because here's
I forgot about that.
fucking guy that we're building up, another young talent, and I don't mind him putting Rey Mysterio over, because that, you know, in a good match that makes sense. But Rey Mysterio isn't just beating Sami Zayn. No. Sami Zayn is being intimidated by the Hurricane, Sergeant fucking Slaughter, Kurt Angle,
RVD.
To which the best line I saw was they showed the four of them standing on the ramp and said, "This is what happens when you get the Avengers set from the dollar store."
Yeah. Can anyone explain to me why the fuck these four guys were chosen?
That's the point.
They have
You
nothing to
sit
do
there
with each
and
other.
Tell me that this was a good use of the fucking legends, dude.
When Troy brought up that question, I had completely forgot about this segment.
And you want to talk about not using the legends well? Ric Flair didn't get a fucking microphone.
No, we're gonna separate the main event though. I mean, not the main event, the main event of Raw, because I have a couple issues with that, but I didn't lump it in with this question because I thought that was separate.
Well, I didn't know we were making up rules as we went. The question was the good use of the legends.
Okay.
He was one of the legends.
And to be
Oh,
honest,
by the
I
way-
did forget about the RVD Sergeant Slaughter segment. That was fucking awful.
And they spent the whole goddamn time pumping up this fucking raw toast with all these people on it, and Shawn Michaels there wasn't even fucking part of the toast. Wasn't even fucking part of it.
They didn't even get a chance, or Cole didn't even get a chance to finish saying everybody who was on on the ramp at that point. He got about halfway through before he got interrupted and then just gave up. So I was like, you have another section of people there. I don't recognize one of them, so you need to tell me who it is. And then he never said who it was.
Perhaps the best use of a legend, the low-key best use of a legend, was bringing Jonathan Coachman back out to the broadcast booth so Corey Graves could make the joke about slide into Renee who took your job.
Yeah.
Right in front of him.
Yeah.
That was perhaps the best use of a legend on this entire show. That should tell you something.
Yeah. I mean, the guest commentating was fine, and it was kind of nice to hear some different people. Christian surprisingly did a good job on it.
Well, he did, except he kept going, so where's Edge? Have you heard from Edge? How's
Yeah.
Edge doing?
Yeah.
Look,
I
it
actually
fucking
enjoyed
worked
that.
there.
Yeah.
What's that?
I really enjoyed that because he's like, well, Edge is not here and I am, so
Yeah. It plays into the storyline that he's always, or the shit that he's always been through, where it's like, yeah, he's always just Edge's little buddy. But I've always been a big fan of Christian, so.
Well, I've been the biggest fan of fucking Christian ever since I was legitimately pissed to the point where I didn't watch wrestling for a couple weeks when they took that title off of him the next fucking night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was ridiculous. And I mean his time in TNA I think was some of the best too.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And they just yanked it right off of him and just like, yeah, we're done with you. So anyways, Ginger, you didn't really say how you felt about the use of him.
you guys basically hit all the major points of it. I like the Bray spot. You knew this was going to be a full babyface show. I don't think one heel went over the show, right? No.
The Viking experience,
no.
right?
Well, I mean, Pat.
Yeah,
Patterson,
they're
Carol
The
They're
Viking
kinda-
experience.
They're kind of jogging back and forth, but I think
Consider our
they're
truth and
mainly
Drake
heels.
Maverick
But,
the heel.
okay, but anyways, you're
Due to his actions, I would say R-Truth is the heel.
Thank.
yeah.
Considering
A lot of merch.
he's actively fucking
Why are you gonna
over,
make
dude.
the brother the bad guy?
Because he's actively
So-
keeping a guy from having sex with his wife, just because of this
his wife
fucking
was
title.
actively keeping
His
him from
wife
having
is.
sex.
Yeah, I was gonna say his wife is actually keeping him.
Well, that goes back to the fact that Paul Heyman hates women, so
Wow.
Except Natalia.
except Natalia. Well, maybe she gives good blows. Well, she's kind of a dude, anyways.
That was actually, I will say this, that was the only match on Raw that got any SummerSlam love this week. It was Natalia and Becky Lynch.
And-
that was the only match that got any fucking development at
And
all.
it was
for SummerSlam.
god awful. No! Don't even try to. Her promo was god awful. Becky's was
fucking
lame.
atrocious. No.
The best part of that segment was watching Alexa and Nikki react
No.
to things on the sides.
He's drinking the coffee in the background.
Yeah.
Because where I will disagree with you is it gave us the tremendous fucking line of this belt is the scalp of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a fantastic line.
yeah, but that doesn't
And when
make up
Ronda
for.
comes back, that line's going to play really fucking well.
Mhm.
And I will say, and some of you have argued with me, some of you who are not on the show right now have argued with me. I said from the fucking beginning that the entire women's evolution was based around Ronda Rousey, and now that everything's slipping and falling down around her because she can't stand on her own too at this point, Becky Lynch has to go back to Ronda Rousey's name to make herself a top star again.
You keep saying that, but you could just say it. It's Adam, the guy who's not on the show. But again, like I said, I mean, Natalia's promo sucked, and like my favorite part of that was how excited Nikki Cross was to say that really was, and then the fact that them watching in the background was great too.
Daniel
Also,
Price has joined us on the side. He said he's got the same socks hat as I do, so big ups. But that the Raw reunion was a dumpster fire in a landfill. Can't disagree with that.
Nice.
And then says he bets Ronda Rousey shows up at SummerSlam. It's
Quite
possible.
possibly.
Yeah.
It's not on the perfect 10, but just in terms
Oh
of Raw,
God!
just in terms of Raw, I really liked the Joe in Reigns segment
Perfect.
leading into the match.
So let's talk
I
about the
thought it
Legends toast. So we brought all the Legends out. You can't add. You have an entire week.
Joe did great work.
You have-
He really did.
You have complete access to the rundown. You have 4 days. If you want to put that on there, put it on there.
something on there, you get mad at me. So
Only when you
I'm gonna
put dumb shit on there.
Girls. We'll have pillow fights later.
Okay, alright. So they trot out the legends, proceed to, like I say, only announce half of them. Ric Flair comes out, gives us a woo, and then instantly is joined by Hulk Hogan. Hogan does his normal fucking shtick, where he goes, brother. And then that brings out Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, of course, there will one day come a time where that glass breaking does not give me an erection. And this wasn't the night. So, it still happened. I still love every time Stone Cold shows up on WTV. Don't care how they used it. I know people were fucking shitting on this because of the fact that he didn't give anyone a stunner. It's just like, dude, fuck off, alright? Like we just talked about, like not burying young talent. Yeah, it's good. He didn't fucking give a stunner to Drew McIntyre or anybody like that. Like, yes, go ahead.
But when we talk about the use of the legends, the legends should be there to elevate the young talent. That's what they should be used for. And giving KO the rub of Austin passing him the stunner in the ring in front of everybody would have been that moment. And they fucking couldn't pull the trigger on it.
because KO wasn't there. He was.
But he should have been! They can fucking control that!
Yeah.
Where was KO that night? Gee. Oh, he was at a WWE Live event.
In
For
front of
what,
like
200 people?
Yeah.
A fucking empty arena match.
So I didn't know how they were going to end this night. I did not think they were going to end it like this. Because what they did was
Beer bash!
they gave a live mic to Stone Cold Steve Austin, no script. Which, I mean, yeah, normally. He proceeds to ramble on about how this is a family and everything like that, and all these guys are family. Then tells random fucking stories of the legends he talked to. Proceeds to make a gay joke about Farouk. And then tell me that wasn't what he was insinuating there.
Damn!
Yeah, because he said I came down the elevator and Ron Simmons was there and I beat him to the punch. I said damn, and we shared a moment, and anyone watching would have thought we had something going on. And Ron Simmons made a face about it. He was clearly insinuating that people would have thought they were gay lovers. And then proceeds to just crack up on a bunch of beers, and then they're kind of going off the air, and he's like, grabs the mic again. He's like, "How long we got? We got a minute," and then does his promo all over again, where he's just talking about a family, and this is how we ended one of the shows leading to one of your big 4 pay-per-views with him rambling about how WB is a family and drinking beer. I don't know, man. It's just I love Stone Cold, but this was weird.
It wasn't Stone Cold.
Yeah, he did some of the same kind of things where he did listed off things so people could what in between them, which it took him 2 times before they finally caught on. That's what he was trying to do. But then it wasn't the ass kicker over that. It was him oddly being sentimental about things and nearly crying and stuff like that. And it's well, you kind of proved Sami Zayn right then, right?
See, this is what, and this is unfortunately the way my mind thinks. It works in pieces. It doesn't always work together. This is why I brought up the Joe thing, because Joe brought up, let's feed everybody nostalgia just for the sake of fucking their nostalgia addiction. And that's what this ending of Raw was. It was yay, we're a family!
Yeah.
Yay! And literally, it did pop the rating. They got a 3.18 this week. And it did absolutely nothing for SummerSlam. It was the last 30 minutes of Raw was this fucking beer bash. The last match was Braun Strowman versus a jobber.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, you had
Which, R.I.P. to that fucking jobber.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got murdered.
But you had Stone Cold hugging Triple H in the middle of the ring. So it's just so we just threw kayfabe out the window for the last half hour of the show, because and then I mean, was it kind of interesting to watch him dump fucking beer all over Lillian Garcia? Yeah, but Yeah, and then like
Again, where was Vince? Vince should have came out and got a stunner.
Yeah.
That would have popped. That would have just made everything so much better.
yeah, I shared it on the house thread and nobody talked about it. The night ended with him sadly running the ropes by himself, and I was like, "This is what we're fucking doing."
He dropped the knee in the beer can, I think. But,
Yeah, but it was
it
was like we had Sami Zayn talk about like all these old guys are coming here just to get like a little bit of a affirmation against, like, that's exactly what Stone Cold did. He just came out there. He's like, I just want people to cheer me. Like, yeah,
AKA watch my new show in USA.
yeah. I'm fine with that if he brings up his show. That's what he.
I get it.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, you didn't have any fucking storyline. You didn't have Ric Flair say a fucking goddamn word, and you literally had like, I mean, you still got Charlotte kicking around. You could have had Charlotte and him do something together. You could have had Stone Cold, like we said, do something with KO. Hulk Hogan was there. You could have had the New Day surround him or something like that. I don't fucking care.
See the look Booker T gave Hogan in the background.
Oh yeah.
Can I
Go ahead.
can I just, because, and I can't take credit for this because I heard somebody else, I don't remember who I heard say it, but somebody else mentioned this. Did this come across as sort of, I want to say mocking, but reminiscent of some of Cody's speeches at the end of the AEW shows?
I didn't take it that way. I
I
know.
didn't think of that.
I know
but
everybody
get
takes
what you're
things that
saying
way
with
now.
Comparison.
That's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. And that's
Then
our
I
new thing
watched,
that
like-
everybody does. Is every single thing that WWE does is a shot at AEW. Everything AEW does is a shot at fucking WWE.
Yeah, this.
I don't know, sorry, I didn't mean to present an idea. Like,
No. We're having a discussion about it. That's my only thing is that people are going to find every fucking little thing okay, so this is reminiscent of this. This is clearly a shot at this. Like, no, I think that they literally just gave fucking Stone Cold a mic and just said, "Go ahead and entertain," and that's what we got.
But that's the thing is if it was ever a shot at AEW, I think it would be like that's a better reason to do it than just, hey, let's bring back like this is just Vince being like, this is what's gonna pop numbers. That's all this is.
yeah,
Like Austin pops a number, let's just get him out there, give him a mic, and he'll just go on and he'll drink beer, and everybody will love it, and people will watch Raw again.
yeah, it's not to say that, I mean, Cody doesn't give speeches like this, because he does, and I think they're kind of lame,
fine.
but they keeps doing
he
it.
has at the end of every paper.
Yeah, he definitely has. But no, I didn't take it that way. I can understand why some people would take it that way, but no, like I said, I felt like this was just a celebration of here's the guys that you remember. Watch us. Go ahead. On the
Before we
side.
move off of this, Daniel on the side says Shane could have come out and ran his mouth to Austin. Austin kicks him in the gut, fakes the stunner, and feeds him to Owens. There's your torch pass. Simple. Agreed. 100%.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Yep. Good call.
Should have happened. Should have happened.
And yeah, with everything you're running with Shane and KO, like you said, why wouldn't it happen?
It made way too much sense. Or even Vince comes out to get in Austin's face, Shane comes out to back him up, KO comes out, and you get the double McMahon
Double stunner.
Yeah. So speaking of Shane, he of course dominated SmackDown again. So I know that the rhetoric right now is that Owens will eventually get Shane written off TV, but do we have to go through this for 4 fucking weeks in order to get to that
Build
point?
SummerSlam. What about? I mean, yeah, you do have
can
to build
do
that
one
match.
fucking segment to build a night. You don't have to have this much fucking Shane on the show yet again. He started
But
with another fucking 20
goes
minutes.
into KO's narrative. You know what I mean? It goes into his whole fight against Shane.
It's just
So now you can't stop. Now you have to go for the next 4 weeks.
yeah, but it just feels like you're just fucking shooting the ratings down, and nobody's gonna fucking want to watch SummerSlam then. Especially considering Shane's gonna be in a match. So yeah, it was Shane started a show and ended a show again. Jason, what you looking at over there, buddy?
Huh?
You checking your emails again?
Yeah, work emails.
Okay. So moving right along then, I guess. We got Eric Bischoff went off a little bit on the dirty sheets. Of course, I mean, he has kind of a right to. He called and he went ahead and said the plan was always that he was going to start this past Monday. And the whole story of like, oh, people were pissed because he took 2 weeks to move and stuff like that. No, not true. At least from him. Also, he says that everyone's been completely wrong about what his actual role is, because first we heard that he was heading up creative of SmackDown, and then we heard no, he's got nothing to do with creative. Then now we're hearing, oh no, wait, we lied. He actually was meeting with creative and stuff like that. So yeah, so clearly the Dirt Sheets have no fucking clue what this guy is actually doing on the show. So he had every right to say.
Meltzer also said John Cena wouldn't be at Raw. So.
Yep, that he did. But of course, we don't ever fucking mention when Meltzer was wrong. Yeah, which is again, like I said in the host thread, Brandy Rhodes herself on AEW said that they were going to do 1 show a week and 4 pay-per-views. And Meltzer right away, nope, that's wrong. No, it's actually 2 shows a week, 51 shows for television, and every Saturday, and it's going to be 4. Like, dude, you're calling a fucking woman who is part owner of the fucking company a liar. Like, quit your fucking bullshit, dude. So.
I can't fucking stand that guy at all.
And nobody.
It's fucking terrible.
And people pay him for this.
That's the fucking sad part. Every time I see scrolling through social media, Dave Meltzer reported, I immediately take it as false.
Yeah.
I don't even read the rest of the article, and I proceed to comment, "Fuck Dave Meltzer," because he's a piece of shit, and he guesses. He has no intel.
Well, not only that, there was one time when JBL's like made a comment or something on social media, and he said something like, "God bless Dave Meltzer. He's believed all the bullshit we've told him for the past 20 years."
That's the thing. He thinks he has insiders. He has people literally feeding him bullshit. And then he goes, "Oh, well, it was my sources on things." I'm like, why are you still using those people then if they're feeding you bullshit?
And they're laughing behind the scenes like, "Oh, that fucking idiot reported this again." Like, he's pretty much working for us.
Yeah, Triple H has literally said like they feed false information to the jerseys all the time to try to throw people off the scent on certain things. So it's like, that's why you shouldn't fucking... And everyone takes it so then everyone gets all hyped up like, oh, he said that AJ Styles is going over to Raw, he's gonna go, and then when it doesn't happen, they're going, what the fuck? You know?
Well, plans changed.
Yeah, plans changed, buddy. It's like, no, they didn't. You're the only one who reported that. You were wrong.
I'll freely admit this. The month after Punk left, they did a show in Chicago, and Meltzer reported 100 fucking times CM Punk would be at that show, and like a fucking dumb mark, I 100% believed him. So when his music hit and Paul Heyman came out, I was like, what the fuck? And I should have fucking known better then. And ever since then, I never trusted a goddamn word Meltzer says.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to take everything he fucking says as a complete lie. So, so
a bunch of bullshit.
It's a bunch of bullshit. Oh yeah. So speaking of SmackDown, let's talk about the matches that we had on SmackDown. So we literally had 4 matches on SmackDown. So you're thinking, okay, 4 matches. That's good. That's a good amount for a 2-hour show. So we had Nakamura versus Cruz, which wound up being a decent match. I mean, it's a TV match.
And it was an opener, and you thought that set the tone, like,
okay, all right. Oh, we're going. Then we had Kofi versus Joe, which ended in DQ. So you're like, all right, well, I understand that. It's going to end in DQ because we're building up towards their fucking glorified house show. Then you had Ember Moon versus Charlotte. You're like, oh, great, we get to fucking see Ember Moon. It lasted a minute. It literally lasted a minute. That's true. I mean, it's hard not to, man. But yeah, like, we had Bayley come out, she distracts Charlotte, Ember gets the quick win, and then Ember, I guess, turns heel by beating the shit out of both of them.
Can I say this was one of my favorite segments of the week?
The Ember Charlotte one?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Why was your favorite?
So, think of, you said it's a 1 minute, and sure, great. Think of everything they fucking accomplished in 1 minute.
Yeah.
They gave you the hints of a match down the road that you could like to see in Ember and Charlotte. They didn't spoil it by giving you an actual match with a finish. They gave you a little physicality. They just sort of licked the tip a little bit. Didn't go balls deep.
I love that game.
Teased you a little bit.
You like licking the tips of dicks? Is that what you're saying?
No, just the tip.
they executed. I don't know if it was an actual heel turn, but they executed something that made Ember far more compelling going into this match than she was before.
It was something.
Yeah.
And they opened the door for Charlotte's potential match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So think of all of that shit, and they accomplished it with a 1-minute match and left open the possibility for a killer long-term feud or match between Ember and Charlotte. This was great. The only issue I had with this segment was it didn't make sense for Bayley to come out, but she had to sort of accomplish what you were looking for. Right. Other than that, I thought this was really, really well booked.
Well, I thought this, to your point, the stuff after the match was pretty great. Ember throwing Bayley in the ring, Charlotte cutting that promo backstage. I don't know, the match itself, like, I get what you're saying, but as far as advertised or for that people in the crowd, yeah, you kind of feel like you got fucked a little bit.
Well, the only...
Like worse than when they said you were going to have Ric Flair Appreciation Night and Ric Flair never came out in front of the crowd?
Yeah, so...
Definitely not worse.
Yeah, so this is
worse than being told that Shawn Michaels was going to be on commentary, only found out he's not on commentary, he's now on Miz TV.
Daniel Bryan's announcement 2 weeks in a row.
This is what they do now.
Yeah, it's...
that Daniel Bryan bad.
Yeah, this is what I'm getting towards, and I wouldn't be talking about the whole 1 minute match thing if it wasn't for the fact that we had only one fucking match on the match on the night that that lasted a little bit at time and actually had an ending to it, because the other one, Reigns and Owens, in a no contest. So that's the only reason why I even bring that up, is because of the fact that, like, these people got to watch one good match. Like, yes, the Ember and Charlotte was a good segment, but the match itself was nothing.
Troy's point, that's 100% correct.
Well, no, hold on, because they also got 205 Live, they also got a dark match, so they did get other matches. It wasn't like the live crowd only got what was on SmackDown.
Okay, but
and they got pre-show matches.
But us fans at home only got...
I left SmackDown thinking that was a really good show.
Okay.
I thought they built a lot of stuff for SummerSlam. They gave you credible angles. They built new stuff. They had things ready to go.
Built a shitload more on SummerSlam than they did on Raw. I'll give you that.
Exactly. So it doesn't always have to be wall-to-wall wrestling to be a good show. I thought this SmackDown was good.
Okay. Ginger?
Lackluster, to your points. You got one full match, but you did get storylines built up for possible either triple threat or future with Ember and Charlotte. Mixed emotions on this. That's my feeling about it.
For me, I wouldn't even have done the Joe Kofi match. You could have got to where you needed to go to with Kofi and Orton without even ringing the bell with Joe and Kofi. And plus, we've already seen it like twice before. So,
I mean,
this was one of those weeks where you go, oh shit, yeah, that's why Randy Orton's always at the top of the card.
Oh yeah,
that fucking promo was fantastic.
Yeah. He can when he's motivated, Randy is great.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I love that they tapped into the history, because it's never been addressed in public.
Yep.
And they fucking did it. And I thought that was great, and it adds so much to the build to this.
Not only did they tap in, they played it up. He was like, "You damn right I did.
Yeah.
I absolutely held you back."
Yeah.
And then next week we'll get the footage of the whole stupid thing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to be like, he was stupid back then. He didn't say it.
Well, give it time. Yes.
Well, I mean, if you remember when Kofi beat him in that gauntlet match, he yelled stupid at him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. What we didn't get on SmackDown is we didn't get the fucking Viking experience yet again in a jobber match. We didn't get Braun Strowman in a jobber match. We didn't get Orny Loken in a jobber match, which happened all this week. Like,
It's true.
that's you can't do this anymore. You cannot put Braun Strowman against jobbers anymore, because nobody fucking cares. You can't build them up any more than you've already been built up.
Literally, we went back to Strowman, the exact same place we were two fucking years ago.
Yeah, and then on 205 Live, I had to watch Orny Loken take on a fucking jobber. Why? Why did I have to watch that? And the
jacket.
And
my god! See, Troy, doesn't he fucking scream like a banshee?
They went, yeah! It was the weirdest fuck. I was like, the fuck was that?
Dude, did he do that shit in the Indies? Because he makes some fucking weird noises on 205.
I don't know. He's from your guys' neck of the woods. I don't know.
I'm asking Ginger and Jason.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't recall that one.
Dude, he makes some weird fucking noises these days.
I mean,
always screaming in high-pitched voices about his jacket.
I mean, the guy's got like stem cells in his face. It makes sense. So, speaking of indies, we did hear about one independent promotion, one of the longest-running independent promotions. NWA decided to announce. You do not want to talk about this, I take it?
No, I do. I'm just, it upsets me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You actually have feelings on this. So NWA decided they're going to split off from Ring of Honor. Of course, Billy Corgan is the owner of NWA now. Fully plans on doing a weekly television program. Now, he didn't split off with a weekly television program. He split off going, we're going to try to get a weekly television program. So you took your wrestlers off TV to maybe get a TV deal? That seems a little ridiculous. But Nick Aldis was a mainstay on ROH right now, defending the NWA Championship. Obviously, they had Willie Mack's terrible fucking title belt on there, but before he lost it. Colt Cabana's now, but the last time I watched ROH, Willie Mack was in it.
Colt's lost it since then anyway.
That's true, yeah. So Jason, you have thoughts on NWA splitting from ROH?
Well, first off, they made this decision and they had to pull an advertised match from the Ring of Honor pay-per-view this summer, which was, I believe, Nick Aldis defending against, I want to say it was Flip Gordon. It was somebody from the Villain Squad. I think it was Villain Club. I think it was Flip Gordon, but I'm not positive. But in any event, this was sort of what I was a little concerned about when AEW started getting so much buzz. People misrepresent the notion that wrestling is hot right now, and this promotion just got a national TV deal, and we're NWA, so we can go get a national TV. It's not that fucking easy. Go ask Impact. They're on fucking Twitch. So
not only that, it's never been easy for the NWA.
It's not that there are people lining up to throw money at wrestling promotions for television broadcast. They don't typically make money. Vince McMahon's ratings are down the shitter. AEW is a once-in-a-generation occurrence. And a lot of these promotions are going to shoot themselves in the fucking foot thinking this is a blueprint for them. And that's what it seems like NWA is doing here.
I gotta wonder, is it more the NWA's like curse, or is it just Billy Corgan being a fucking piece of shit? Because, I mean, he is. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like every time Billy Corgan,
yeah,
he had from what I've read, he had a very good deal with TNA before everything hit the fucking fan.
Dude, do you know the actual story? What happened with him in TNA?
Apparently you don't, because
okay.
he's not at fault to that.
He lent Dixie a fuck ton of money, which she never paid him back. She then decided, while he was employed as half owner, or she had promised him they would do the paperwork to be half owner when he gave her more money, and basically said, well, you're not actually on paper as a half owner. I'm selling this fucking company. And he said, fine, I'll fucking buy the company. We'll take the money you owe me. We'll roll it into the purchase cost. And then she, behind his back, went and took the fucking deal from Anthem. He did nothing wrong. In fact, many of the talents were fucking pissed. Billy Corgan not getting TNA is the reason the Hardys went back to WWE.
Yep.
So the talent loved him. He busted his ass. He turned that company creatively around. I was skeptical when he took that job. He did a fantastic job with it. He made Mike and Maria celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
In wrestling. That guy did nothing wrong. He got fucked by Dixie Carter and that company. So,
yeah.
So this thing with ROH, I mean, I know that you said this is, everybody thinking AEW has hit the fucking oil and every wrestling company's going to make money now, but that's why I said the curse of the NWA. How many fucking times has the NWA fallen out of favor with one of their own promotions or one of their partnerships, and they completely faded into obscurity? This happened with WCW, it happened with TNA, it happened with fucking now it happened with ROH.
I don't think that they fell out of favor with ROH. I think
supposedly it's an amicable split.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that. I think it's just Billy Corgan has big ideas for this company and thinks that the longevity that it's been around, stuff like that. Here's the problem: AEW has Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, and Kenny Oshmegma, and the Young Bucks. NWA has Nick Aldis, PCO, Brody King, James Storm, Allison Kay.
No,
That's not-
No,
sorry,
those
sorry,
are all
sorry.
those are ROH guys.
No, just Brody King and PCO are ROH guys. They're signed
Okay.
there. But they also have Eli Drake, so there's that.
But that's not enough to sell to any
The
network
only
out there
time-
that.
The only time the NWA has been relevant in the last decade
Is when it was
when
N-words with animals?
Cody Rhodes, no, was when Cody Rhodes went for that title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was it.
100%. Not even the last decade, the last 2 decades.
Right.
And let's be honest, ever since Shane threw that title on the fucking ground, and Shane Douglas, not Shane McMahon, but ever since Shane trashed that title, the NWA has been shit.
yeah. I mean, and like I said, I mean, they don't have any big names that are going to be able to sell people on their product right now. I mean, do they have talent? Yes, they've got talent, but they don't have known talent. Nobody fucking cares about PCO. All right.
Not only that, Jason brought this up, it is difficult as shit to get a real TV deal. Okay, just because AEW got a deal with TNT, do not think for a fucking second that any other network is just handing out TV deals to wrestling companies. MLW is a great fucking product, and they're not on a network that's got like national prominence.
I do enjoy this idea that TNT is like a national fucking like big name
Well,
network.
it's
They're
still a
not.
turn network.
No. They have been in the fucking shitter for the past like decade. This is
yeah, but if
yeah.
if it's not the Jaguars owner, they're not getting that deal with TNT. Let's
Well,
be honest.
yeah. Well, there's that, and again, like I said, I mean, TNT is not what it once was. It's a seldom seen fucking network. Most people pass it by. You know, they don't even have really original programming on there right now. The AEW
But-
Wednesday Night Dynamite, which apparently is what the name's going to be called, is like the biggest.
They got Bones,
Yeah, they've got exactly. Bones
a
isn't.
Castle.
It's all shows that they've acquired. Like I said,
But
they
what
don't
I'm
have
saying
like
is, who the fuck is going to give Billy Corgan a TV deal? Right
nobody, and that's the
Nobody.
thing. Like, and we've said it too. Like, right now, Anthem is talking to AXS Network to purchase them to put Impact Wrestling on the
Back
air
on, yeah.
because nobody wants to fucking get. They had Destination America, which was barely any homes. They had whatever fucking network they were just recently on that like only can come in like Alaska, and you're gonna fucking tell me that like, oh, the wrestling business doing so. Like, yes, I understand WWE got a big deal. That's because they're the big fucking fish.
WWE is WWE. Everybody else is struggling to get a TV deal.
Your company is a fish with fin rot that has lost one of its eyes that is just like floating towards the surface at this point.
It's like that fish on The Simpsons,
Yeah.
the three-eyed fish.
like, yeah. Good luck to you. Maybe you'll get on YouTube Premium. I don't fucking know.
I was gonna say maybe he can do a thing on YouTube, but I mean, dude, the NWA has been around for a while with Billy Corgan before this deal with ROH.
Yeah.
And besides Nick Aldis, nobody knew anybody who was fucking there.
And most
Do you want to know? Do you want to know what Billy Corgan should do if this is really his goal?
sell.
I was gonna say sell.
No. Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Good luck.
Good luck with that.
Run a weekly show on Netflix.
Netflix.
Nobody else is doing it.
I mean, Netflix will throw money at a lot of different things. I mean, Netflix,
They're
Hulu.
always looking for original content.
Yeah. I mean, you can get on the fucking
And it's a
PlayStation
market
Network.
they don't have a foothold in.
Yeah.
But they also gave up. I mean, I don't know the details, but they had Lucha Underground on there in syndication. Now they don't have that anymore.
That's because it
They-
doesn't exist anymore.
Lucha Underground is defunct. The
Yeah.
promotion is no longer active.
So they
I
didn't.
still like to watch the reruns on Netflix.
Yeah, but the reason why it's not on there anymore because Netflix goes a lot on like whenever a new season starts, they try to show you the old stuff too. There's not going to be a new season of Lucha
New
Underground.
season.
There's no
There's no
reason to
point.
hang on to
Yeah.
it anymore. That's why there's so many different fucking programs that are just leaving Netflix and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Hulu obviously has their deal with WWE, so you're not going to be able to get on them. But you've still got PlayStation Network or PlayStation View, whatever it's fucking called now.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime you could definitely talk to. And yeah, you've got Netflix that's still sitting around there, and we've seen Netflix will give money to fucking Veronica, which was a garbage fucking movie. So, you know they'll throw. Oh, don't even.
Don't let my wife hear you say that.
Well, apparently she likes shitty movies. I'm sorry. Like,
I agree.
Didn't mind
I
it.
agree
It wasn't
100%.
that bad.
everyone was creaming themselves, going, "It's the scariest movie ever. People are dying
No,
in the
it
theaters."
definitely was not.
It was not fucking scary.
Oh, I was thinking about something else. Never mind.
All right. What?
Ginger's watching Gilmore Girls. That's it.
Yeah.
No, Gilmore Girls is fine.
Or Veronica Mars, maybe.
No, Veronica
Bingo.
Mars is great. No, I will not say anything bad about my girl V. No. I was talking about
It's a
Veronica.
horror
It was
movie called
yeah, it's a
Veronica.
Spanish horror movie. I mean, that fucking Hereditary was overrated too. Come at me. Come on, go ahead and at me. I don't give a fuck. All right, it's time to talk
I'm glad
about.
we couldn't talk about shit that wasn't on the perfect 10, though.
Sal's the one who put me down that fucking path. All right, so blow me. All right, it's time for story time with Ginger, which also means it's time for our known piece of shit Todd Supple Dick of the Week, and this week it's Todd Supple.
Alright, so can we just preface this here?
We're going to heavy preference. Go ahead.
Yes. This is a story Ginger brought to the rest of us. He wanted to narrate his story here, so I'm uncomfortable with it. It's somebody's personal laundry we're airing out there with, and it's not necessarily corroborated. This is the story that's being passed around.
Not to be a jackass, but weren't you the first one who brought it up in the host thread?
No, it was
No.
Ginger. I look back and look.
Yeah, no, it was Ginger. It was Ginger.
So-and-so thing, so-and-so. Okay, I thought that was your text. That's fine.
No, it was Ginger. But you know, it's something that's out there. It's something he wants to talk about. So, as uncomfortable as I may be with the topic and airing it publicly, let's let him have at his story. Go for it, Ginger.
There's only got to be one name brought up in this entire thing, and it's all allegedly. So, as many of the New England independent wrestling scene people know, there is a Twitter account under Mayor McCheese. So, he goes around, trotting around, shitting on independent workers of New England. People get pissed, some people laugh. I laugh at it because I think it's a fucking joke.
I have laughed at it in the past. My issue, I had a little back and forth with him several times.
I have too.
Only because at a certain point he made racist tweets directed at Wagner, who's a friend of mine, and I didn't find any humor in that, and I went at him for it.
No, absolutely not. When you, like you said, some of it's funny, and then some of it is stepping over the line. So, about, give or take, 6 weeks ago, all of a sudden, a May McCheese account pops up on Facebook, and almost immediately, everybody knows that it's not the same person or persons running as the Twitter account. So a person that I will leave anonymous did some digging through and set up.
That person had been being painted to be the May McCheese account by the person who was running it. So he was incredibly heated. I actually had to talk a couple of my friends out of going after this person because they were so convinced it was him. I said my belief was it was who the person Ginger's about to talk about was. I just had that inclination, and I expressed it to multiple people, including, I believe, Ginger on one occasion. But that was the sort of the impetus of this whole thing, was him being accused after some personal things were exchanged with him from that account. So,
and that person, like I said, there's only one name brought up in this entire thing. So fingers were pointed. People started really fucking shitting on each other. So said person that was accused.
All right, hold on. He brought this to light. He put this all over the internet. It's Buddy Romano. Let's not. I mean, he put his shit out there. It's very public. He invited everybody into it. He doesn't give a shit. He's the one that was supposedly named and accused.
I mean, he is the bitter one, right?
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys looked at me like I was
bitter
dumb.
club.
Sorry.
No. I was just trying to, keep one person's name in this, but
Well, you're trying to protect the person who made this the issue, like he put it out there. So if he's going to accuse somebody else of something, then he should be as tied to it as the other guy.
So, anyways,
Out of fairness.
so Buddy Romano did some digging and basically catfished the May McCheese Facebook account. Got him talking to this chick, and this is all allegedly. So eventually it comes up as said person asks May McCheese, "Oh, what's your name?" And sure enough, said May McCheese says Todd. Shh. Okay. This person, Todd, like I said, this is all allegedly. If this is Todd, my personal opinion, me and Todd have had our differences for fucking years and years and years ago. We showed each other mutual respect in the locker room because that is the professional thing to do. You're a fucking dick. Simple as that. You're gonna come on and make a account where everybody knows it's not the real Twitter McCheese. You're gonna come on, shit on people all over New England because you are disliked by some people, liked by others. My opinion, probably not many people, but people tolerated you in a specific locker room because you did help that company. Yes, you did. But don't go around and shit on New England workers that are at least trying to fucking better themselves. You have no fucking business judging others when you yourself haven't done shit. You got fucked over by a bigger indie company and have been sour ever fucking since. Get over it. Get the fuck over it. I am so tired of this fucking bullshit of, oh, this person, independent wrestling in New England, I have started to fucking hate it because of its constantly fucking drama with specific people, and overall, it's fucking nonsense. We're all here to better each other. Simple as that. Yes, people are going to dislike each other. Shit happens. Like, what the fuck? Why make it a big fucking deal? Keep it between you two, and if other people know about it, keep your mouth shut. Don't go fucking blabbing other people's business to other people. And this is to everybody. This isn't just this specific person. Keep it to your fucking selves. Don't bring it into the fucking locker rooms, because then the tension goes up in the locker rooms, and that equals bad news for a fucking locker room. This shit has pissed me off. I helped run APW for fucking, I think it's done its 7th or 8th year. I fucking hated drama. It pissed me off every time. It killed the mood of the show in front of the crowd. When it starts affecting the people in the crowd, that's when shit starts to go fucking sour. But as for right now, Scott Sopel, you're the dick of the week.
So, I don't know what else we can say about that. So, before we get into our main event.
It was weird having a rant on this show and having it not be me.
I know, right?
Man, that got me fucking fired up, dude.
Yeah.
So
And of course, we should say Ginger's opinions are those of himself. He speaks for himself.
Yes, I speak for myself. That's my opinions on the New England scene and everybody that causes drama. This is not Jason's. This is not Sal's. This is not Troy's opinions. This is personally mine. This is me, Ginger, Matt. Okay.
At him.
Who's Matt?
At me. At Ginger 1987-6 if you have an issue.
Yeah, so, I guess before we get into our main event, some really cool news, to try to put a little distance on that. Just came across the wire here. Mild spoiler alert. After just 1 year's time, Tegan Knox made her return to NXT tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Tegan Knox, who blew out her meniscus, MCL, PCL, LCL, ABC, CDD, and fucking broke her leg. In a year's time, came back. Now, obviously, we talked about it on the Mae Young Classic. We talked about it on NXT. Hearing her yell, "I can't do it again," and seeing the pain, just
Fucking heartbreaking.
I never saw it because I'm glad because it sounds fucking terrible.
She had just come back.
Just came back from injury, yeah.
And then the video they had on the website after where she like apologizing to Hunter. It's like he's like, you've got fucking nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, exactly. So great news to see her back in action. Hopefully Dakota Kai can return as well because that is Team Kick is a great fucking tag team. So let's talk about
little palate cleanser.
Little palate cleanser before we get into our main event, which is the announcement that we got from TNT and AEW was that October 2nd we will see the debut of AEW on TNT. Now that's what they called it right now. There is still speculation since they did take out the trademark that it's going to be Wednesday Night Dynamite, but we will see. But yeah, October 2nd, which will be 2 days before SmackDown debuts on Fox on Friday. And of course, we are still hearing news that WWE is trying to put NXT on FS1 on Wednesday night. So obviously TNT specifically chose Wednesday night because they don't have because Tuesdays and Thursdays they have NBA, so they didn't want to have that affect everything. And Monday and Friday are going to be WWE days, so they specifically chose Wednesday as a non-competing day with their biggest thing and with their biggest competition. But now it sounds like maybe they're going to have a little competition. Now, I know everybody wants this to be the war and everything like that, but obviously AEW versus NXT is where the real war, I think, is going to happen because those are the comparable numbers for a brand new promotion and for, essentially their WWE's own indie promotion. So let's talk about AEW versus WWE starting October 2nd.
So, I think it's a great time slot, as you mentioned. They're purposely not going on Monday or Friday, and I think it's a smart starting point because as hot as AEW is right now, once you get into, 52 weeks of TV, you write TV every week. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially if you're going against a Raw or Monday Night Football, to be honest. So for everybody, clamoring for them to be on Monday nights, I don't think that was ever really going to happen right out of the gate. Now, if the ratings go through the roof, if they sustain them for a year or two, yeah, maybe someday they do move to Monday. I don't think it's necessary. I think that this is exactly where they need to be, and whether WWE puts NXT on FS1 or not, if this pushes the product that they put out on TV to be better and more consistent, then this is everything fans need, and this is exactly what we need in our wrestling. A new product and a better WWE product.
My opinion on it? So, I'm going to bring this up. Cody always says, our AEW reps, the heads up and all them fucking people, say they're not trying to compete with WWE or any WWE product. Did anybody see what the last shot, quick shot was of the trailer for this thing?
Ambrose?
No.
Or Moxley?
Cody slamming the sledgehammer on the fucking seat.
That was the last shot of the trailer?
I watched it. Okay. They could have shown more, but from what I saw, that was the last shot. Stop doing this. Be your own entity. Please, don't try to compete. Like, I understand everybody's gonna say it's competition. Yes, it's competition, but try to be your own entity. Don't try to throw jabs at them because that's what your fans want. Be your own thing. But good for them getting the deal, 100%. It's gonna be a nice little notch to see two televised wrestling companies on television again. It's gonna be really nice. Obviously, back to they're going to compete. It's going to eventually happen. But for right now, it's going to be really nice to have another company to watch every week, and with 4 pay-per-views every year. That's it.
We've had Impact for a while.
Yeah, but Impact doesn't always show their, wrestling on their wrestling shows. Sometimes they show 2 hours of commercials. Just saying. That's the thing that happened once. Look, Impact did enough to hurt their brand 10 years ago. So, I mean, I think they're pretty much off everybody's radar at this point.
I mean, Hogan and Bischoff did enough to ruin their company. But
Yeah.
look, this is what's been needed. This is the history has shown us that the only time Vince goes out of his comfort zone and changes things and gets shaken up is when somebody's sort of making some noise behind him. That's been a proven fact straight through since WCW. So we all can sit here and say from every single week that this shit needs to be changed, that this isn't working anymore, that this is a product that has become outdated. And those are all the same arguments they made when WCW signed Hogan and made a push to compete. And now AEW, and well, we can sit here and say till we're blue in the face they shouldn't try to compete, and I agree that they shouldn't. But the fans are going to create this as competition, whether AEW wants it or not. It's going to be. So at a certain point when you realize that, despite the fact that you may realize it's not time to compete yet, you can't fight your fans. And perhaps to their credit, they are taking and embracing what their fans want them to do and going after it. And perhaps if Vince did that more, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now. AEW may not exist if Vince did more of that. So I'm not going to sit here and fault them for doing it. Do I think it's the right plan? No. But if you had told me 5 years ago I'd be watching a company headed up by Cody and the Young Bucks being in a position to even be considered competition, I told you were fucking crazy. Yeah. So shit changes in this crazy business. It's going to be a niche product. And to Troy's point, when NXT goes to FS1, I'd almost guarantee you it will be 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights. That's the gun that Vince has to compete with AEW, because that's the only product Vince currently offers that gives those fans of AEW a similar product in terms of in-ring performance. Problem is, by the time that show gets to FS1, Vince will have his hands all over it. It won't be Hunter anymore.
Right.
And you might not even have the same guys. I mean, at that point, Dream could be on the main roster.
But see, this is what I think I mentioned either last week or on Revisit. I don't remember which. But that is actually the saving grace of NXT, because once it becomes a weekly televised product that is being purchased by FS1, there's more money in NXT now. Yes. That wasn't there before. And you can pay these guys main roster money to stay there and keep that product fantastic.
Well, you can. Just what will Vince do with them?
Well,
if he's positioning them there to compete directly with the company he's a little nervous about, he's going to keep people there.
Right. And you said, oh, well, the same guys may not be there. But the future is bright, man. You've got Queef Lee, you've got fucking Angel Garza, you've got Swerve
Damian
Scott
Priest.
Slayer, Damian Priest, Dominic, I jacked my dick off. You know, they have a new crop of guys that once their current guys like UE and stuff like that move over to the show.
And let us not forget, we're probably only a few months away from Tommaso Ciampa returning to go after Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there's a feeder system into NXT, which is Evolve.
Yeah.
So now you have a guy like Austin Theory who can be placed right in NXT.
Well,
and I don't know if any of you guys caught it, but on the WWE website today, they started promoting who should be the next challenger for the Evolve Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
there it is.
So it seems like if they put NXT on FS1, it's a good chance that Evolve becomes their new NXT on the WWE Network. That we suddenly start having like a Thursday show or a Tuesday show that is Evolve. And then you have...
Or Wednesday at 10 and own the time block.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden you have it where you've got, okay, well now they become NXT. NXT becomes its own brand, and now you can start moving some of your Raw and SmackDown talent to NXT without saying that it's a demotion or without saying that they're going back to the developmental. So, okay.
Now,
Who do we send Mandy Rose back to for promo class?
Ooh, well,
Because
the
I'm
guy
still
who
waiting.
used to run it isn't alive anymore. So.
I'm still waiting for next week when they challenge for the women's tag team championship, and if they win, they get a shot at the women's tag team championships.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, there was so many this week. There was so many fucking just terrible. That was a bad one. Like I said, the fucking Alundra Blaze calling it the 24 championship.
That was bad.
God,
By the
that
way,
was
we didn't even touch on perhaps the best one of the week, which was Bray Wyatt going back to the Firefly Funhouse persona to accept the challenge of Finn Balor
Yeah.
on behalf of the Fiend.
Right.
That was
fucking
fantastic.
amazing. And he's like, oh, Ramblin' Rabbit and Mercy are big fans of you, Finn. Unfortunately, the Fiend isn't.
Yeah.
It's
I like,
fucking great.
and of course it just ends with him going, "Let me in," which is great. That's how, yeah, perfect. But
Kane on the side has joined us. Welcome, Kane. He said, would the FS deal completely stop NXT call-ups then, or would they reignite the 3-band drafts each year?
it's a good question.
It is a good question. My take is I don't think it would stop call-ups. I think the call-ups would now be shifted amongst those 3 brands, probably from Evolve, like we were talking about.
Yeah. I think you completely make NXT its own brand, because then they have a reason to refer to it as own brand. They have a reason to include it on it because you're trying to get more eyes than to the FS1 show.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget, even in its current state, NXT exists almost as 2 separate promotions. You have the traveling brand, which is the weekly show, but then you have the Florida kids. That's where the young trainees start. They just do the local loops in Florida. They're not on TV. They're not touring around the country. Those are the spots where you see mostly your Casey Catanzaros and your Jesse Alabans and all those people. And that would probably still serve as sort of a feeder system.
Yeah. Plus, you still have NXT UK to bring over some of that,
Yep.
that young talent too,
Sure.
as its own separate entity as well. So, because eventually, I mean, let's be honest here. Eventually, Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley are going to be on Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
They are too big of
Seems
stars
to
for
be
them not to.
transitioning Pete Dunne
Yep,
right at this point, too.
Yeah,
so.
Pete Dunne already transitioned into Rhea Ripley, anyways. So,
Hey, real quick, because the internet's so quick to criticize WWE, but you never really hear them criticize NXT. Is this
I did it last night.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think the TV shows lack the past few weeks, but
My
If-
biggest problem with their TV show right now, sorry, is that, and I didn't mention this last night, I said, if you remember a few weeks ago, I said I was worried that they were WWE-ifying
yes.
NXT, and I think that has borne out, because now I think every week we're trying to cram as many matches into the show as we possibly can with fuck finishes just to have a match rather than quality matches all the way through.
And if that trend continues, the internet will be quick to criticize NXT, and they'll turn on them like a rabid pack of dogs.
well, but then their new level be Evolve. So.
Yeah. But that was my thing, is if Vince uses NXT as his gun against AEW, what happens then? Can AEW compete with a wrestling product like NXT that gives those indie fans what they want?
See, this is the problem. There is no real... We keep throwing out the word competition. There is no real competition. We live in a world of the internet and DVRs. You can watch everything you want to watch. And,
Sure.
And
But-
Nielsen ratings barely fucking matter anymore. It's Twitter engagement, it's social media quotients, it's...
But sheer excitement, like who's to prevent Vince and Triple H from putting a takeover like in the same fucking vicinity as an AEW pay-per-view? You know what I mean?
Doing that, go look at the amount of events around SummerSlam this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
their fucking mother's running a show in Toronto, and it's the same way when they're in New York, when they're in Brooklyn, when those types of events people travel to.
Yeah.
Vince is not likely to react in that way and be seen as chasing them, but
Yeah.
it
Let's
won't shock
not.
me if they do.
Yeah, let's not forget the majority of fans online right now who are saying, fuck WWE, I'm done watching, I'm watching WWE. The majority of fans are going to be watching AEW and NXT. Guess what? I was a fan in the Monday Night Wars who watched both WCW and WWF. Same thing's gonna happen now. This whole war thing is only for the like casual fans who only watch one or the other, but the majority of fans are watching both.
I'm going to intentionally never watch AEW, so 15 years from now I can start a podcast watching it.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. See, man, I just love.
Now you're thinking with your dick.
Yeah.
I
See,
mean,
there's so many people out there who just love wrestling and they want to watch
The
everything.
head of my dick.
Yeah. Like that was me as a kid. I just loved watching wrestling. I wanted to watch WCW. I wanted to watch WWF. I didn't fucking care they were at war with each other. I loved that. I loved it when they took jabs at each other. I loved it when I could sit there and fucking watch Chris Jericho be a dumb shit over on WCW and then show up on WWE. It was like fucking mind blowing to me, you know?
There's nothing like being a fucking drunk ass college kid during the Monday Night Wars. It was fantastic every Monday. You sit around with your friends and watch fucking edgy fucking raw shit on TV. It was great.
Well, and most of the time you just flip back and forth. You're like, oh, okay, we're getting an Ultimo Dragon match. Well, I can flip over and see what WWE's got going on right now. Or okay, WWE is just showing fucking Big Boss Man here. Let's go see
Stevie Ray promo.
Let's go. That's what I would do, man. I'd flip back and fucking forth, dude. I went to WCW shows. I went to WWF shows. That's why I can sit here and say like Chris Kanyon was one of my favorite wrestlers because I watched fucking both, dude.
The Monday Night Raw, the Monday Night Wars were the reason I bought a TiVo.
There you go.
Right.
So I could record one and watch the other.
Mm-hmm.
The fucked up thing though is back then it was more regional. Like people from the South grew up watching the NWA, and people up north grew up watching WWF.
Right.
So there was this loyalty when you got to 96 and 97. But now everybody's in Florida, so who gives a fuck?
It's amazing. It's amazing how knowledgeable these guys are. That sit there and say I haven't watched WWE in months, but yet they seem to know everything that's going on, which is really weird.
Hey, as you're reading the spoilers, is there any word on the guy who looks like Adam if he ever got his hand kissed by Angel Garza?
Oh my god.
Nobody got French by fucking Kip Sabian.
Did you listen to Revisited? I mentioned that last night.
I did.
All right.
Stepping on your dick. It's just always in the way.
So, Test of Strength presents House Rules, Saturday, August 3rd, 2019, at the Tazrax Rock Club in Naugatuck, Connecticut. Tickets can be found on Venmo.com. There's nothing else on that, so I guess you're just searching for it.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna let that shit hang.
All right. I mean, I guess go to Venmo.com and type in Test of Strength and see what you can find.
No, if you go to Test of Strength Wrestling on Facebook, you'll get more info on that.
Tickets are $15 online. Otherwise, you can get them $20 at the door. Doors open at 5 p.m. Start time is 6 p.m. The are they the like Test of Strength Tag Team Champions?
Yes.
Okay, the Test of Strength Tag Team Champions, the Kowalski guys, are taking on Nunzio and Thomas Santel.
Slick Wagner Brown and Jay Freddy.
That's the Kowalski guys? Okay, thank you. The Test of Strength Singles Champion, Dan DeMann, takes on Total Loco. Again, I tried to edit this while we were talking.
I cut and pasted this while we were going.
All right.
So it was...
there'll be a number one contenders match for some championship.
For the Test of Strength Heavyweight
for the Test of Strength Heavyweight Championship as Jiggy Sosa, Ray Jazz, Alec Price with Howitson Davis, Ty Shane, Marcus,
Ty
Shine, okay.
Marvelous
Marcos with Abe, and Killian McMurphy, battle it out to see who will take on either Total Loco or Dan DeMann. The Firm, Sammy Diaz, Elijah Six, Richard E. Stone Esquire, and Jay Bryce will take on Bricks. Will take on Dickie Moon, J.C. Rodriguez, Rosalie, and either somebody who goes by the name ? Or a mystery partner. Marcel Williams and Hamlet with Jimmy Mees will take on Bobby Ocean and El Jabroni. In a tag team match, Ryan Faust with Aubrey will take on Bull Dread in a no disqualification match. And then we'll have an elimination tag matches. TJ Howell III, Big Cal Stevens, Drake Evans, Greg Jones, and M. DeMorist take on Matt Bukowski, Devantis Tunko, Amir Zander Litt, and
Xander Litt is one guy.
Okay, well, you didn't exactly put this nicely on.
I didn't do this. I cut and pasted it from their fucking page.
Well, then they need to learn how to fucking use commas. Deje Simone with Nathaniel. Daje Simone with Nathaniel Carr is the other team. This is a
comma on down.
Yes. This is an all ages. You must be 21 or older to drink, of course, because you're in America. It is a standing room only, so they give no fucking chairs. Oh, no, sorry. There are limited seats available, so there are some.
Yeah,
seats.
and it's the fucking 2 that I'm going to be sitting at to do commentary with the other guy. So.
All right. Yes, go there just to see the Big Stick Mark Green do commentary for Test of Strength Wrestling. Jason.
Then, the very next day, you can come and experience live professional wrestling at Fenway Park. The Belltime Club invades El Mundo Boston's Latino Family Festival on Saturday, August 4th, 2019, from 10 a.m. all the way to 3 p.m. It is a long fucking day, trust me, folks, but it is well worth it. Tickets can be purchased at the door or at redsox.com under special events. For the El Mundo Heavyweight Championship, the masshole Mike McCarthy defends his title against Toto Loco.
Maybe the new Test of Strength champion.
Huge matchup here as Demon Ortiz goes one-on-one with Brawler Malonis. For the Belltime Club Women's Championship, the Widow Belmont takes on the Makeup Queen Rosalie. And the Suplex Sweetheart Isana, as well as Angel Sinclair in a fatal four-way. Krista Casanova takes on Channing Thomas in a battle of 2 of the best young talents in New England. Davey Ann takes on Luscious Latasha. There's an El Mundo Boston Battle Royal. Skylar Marie takes on the returning Helen Vale. The Middlesex Express takes on the Little Giants. Antonio Tenasio takes on El Jabroni, and many more, including Adam's suit that he left there 2 years ago. Come see them all at the El Mundo Festival at Fenway Park.
Now, are you going to be in the El Mundo Battle Royale or no?
I am not. I'm going to be working the show. I'm probably going to be doing behind-the-scenes stuff that day. But
okay, because I know you were in the turkey stuffing battle royale, right?
Turkey Rumble, not fucking in the Turkey Rumble, motherfucker.
He won the Turkey Rumble.
I won that bitch.
Oh, look at Jason throwing him out left and right.
That's right. Sal.
Atlantic Pro Wrestling presents Super Summer Smash, Saturday, August 17th from the Newburyport Elks Lodge, 25 Low Street, Newbury, Mass. Doors open at 5:45. Bell time is at 6:30. Get your tickets now as the VIP packages are selling fast. VIP packages get you into a special meet and greet with Grim, Malonis, and all 3 Future of Honor stars. Reserved front row is $20. Reserved second row is $15. Advanced general admission $12 or $15 at the door. Individual ticket purchases do not grant entrance to the meet and greet. You must purchase a VIP package. Main event for the APW Heavyweight Championship, Brawler Malonis versus Dynamite Danny Miles. APW New England Championship is on the line as Vern Vicalo takes on Demon Ortiz. APW Women's Championship, Angel Sinclair versus Vanity Vixen. Retrosexual Anthony Green versus the masshole Mike McCarthy. And in a rematch, Club Cam versus Robo the Punjabi Lion. Also appearing will be the former NXT and WWE star Simon Grimm. Also, Brian Malonis will be bringing Future of Honor stars to APW with the debuts of Brian Johnson, Rayo, and Dante Caballero. For more information, go to facebook.com/Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
See, I took out star, so you didn't actually call Simon Grimm a star.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll forgive it. Ginger.
How many fucking WWE matches have you had, motherfucker?
I just don't like his oddly colored dick, alright? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ginger.
The company that known piece of shit Todd Sopel called the best company in a 40-mile radius. PBD's top independent wrestling company, The Proving Ground, returns to PBD Knights of Columbus on Saturday, August 31st for Level 5. Ring of Honor superstar Brawler Malonis faces off with so-called King of the Monsters, Kevin Giles. The Proving Ground Championship will be on the line when current champion the Ace, Mike Montero, steps into the ring with longtime rival, the PGOG, Derek Conway. Watch our former host, Adam, live if you must. Again, go get pizza. King Leon the Sixth.
It's Adam Cole that got the pizza.
King Leon the Sixth and Corinne Mink will get married live in the ring. Doubt it. All that and much more. All that and much more Except known piece of shit Todd Sopel. He ain't booked Terra on August 31st.
Well, I have a feeling that Todd is not going to be booked for a long time. So I have a question.
Well,
Is
there's one show he'll.
does well, yeah, I mean he could book himself. Does the so-called King of the Monsters, Kevin Giles, does he call himself the so-called King of the Monsters, or is that just added in there?
As well.
What's that?
No idea.
Okay.
Kevin Giles.
I don't give a shit. Well, it's just because that's an odd nickname to give yourself, because you're just like you're essentially making fun of yourself, right?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
I'm
a
the so-called king of the
I'm the
monsters.
so-called King of the Monsters.
Don't
He
get me wrong.
calls-
He is tall.
He calls himself that. The company doesn't endorse it, so other monsters have come in to challenge him, including brawler Brian Malonis,
Okay.
who will face
All right.
at level.
Oh,
So he refers to
Somebody
himself.
posted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
so it's hyperbole. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure he wasn't that wasn't like on his tights, like so-called King of Monsters.
And,
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
one quick edit. Greenie, you said Saturday, August 4th for El Mundo Festival. It's Sunday, August 4th.
Did I say? I copied and pasted. So
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that
Get your shit
Yeah.
together. Fucking
it says
Sunday.
Sunday. Did I say Saturday?
Sunday.
It
You
said
might-
Saturday.
I'll have to go back and re-listen to it. It is on Sunday, August 4th.
Okay.
So you can get all your doses of me you want. You go to Test of Strength on Saturday, August 3rd, then you swing by Fenway Park on Sunday, August 4th, and you can see me there too.
Which of course means that does it for this Thursday, June 25th, for the Rundown Wrestling Podcast.
Nice segue.
Please rate 5 stars and review, and we will read the reviews on air, and we will review your reviews. Follow us on Twitter at Rundown Network. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/rundownwrestling. Email the show your dick pics via rundownwrestling@gmail.com. Go to instagram.com/rundownwrestling and youtube.com/rundownwrestling, where you can watch us live every Thursday, as well as maybe a couple extra little fucking fun things coming your way. Leave us a voicemail, 617-863-6967. That's 61 Rundown 7. We are also on
Are we
pay.
putting sex tapes up there now?
Tree.
Are we allowed to do that?
I mean, if nobody sees them, doesn't matter.
I mean, we've already heard more about Sal's sex life on the last pre-shows than I think
Yeah.
anybody bargained for.
Head over to patreon.com/rundownwrestling to become a patron. All patrons will receive early access to shows in the Rundown feed, as well as some swag and original content. Also, when you subscribe at the $20 level, you get a free t-shirt.
This
Check
dude's
it.
shaking his head at me like he wasn't the one that said it. I didn't bring it up on air. You did.
true.
No, you just brought it up the week after.
Hey, no. Check out our website, Rundown
I'm
Wrestling.
trying to get people to go back and check out last week's episode. That's fucking clicks, dude.
Check out our website, rundownwrestling.com, for information on all of our great shows, such as the Nitro Mania Podcast, Hurry Up and Cruiserweight, Making the Grade, NXT Revisited, Twat Magic, and WrestleMania Salvation, as well as our hottest female independent worker tournament. You can listen to our friends Brawler, Brian Malonis, and Mike Rocket on the Wrestling Podcast About Nothing, with new podcasts every Monday. Go to facebook.com/thewpn or thewpan.com. You can check out our friend Justin Michaels on his show Yesel and Waltz. Go to yeselandwaltz.com or watch it on your Roku through the RNTV app or the 24/7 Retro app. You can follow our host on Twitter at JStar920, at Rockstar Troy, at Ginger19876, at WrestleMania Sal, at Hurry Up Cruiser, at Medicine420Ivy, which I enjoy. I enjoy the fact that her location is anywhere weed is. And at Kenzie Madison XX. Now that's Madison.
She's new.
Madison Ivy, or Madison 420 Ivy is 2 Y's, by the way. Yes, and then Kenzie.
I copied it from her fucking Twitter page. All
then
right.
Then you copied it wrong, because that's not her address.
No, I did not.
Bring it up, motherfucker.
Did it have the blue check mark?
Yes.
Bring it up, motherfucker. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do it.
Go
Do it
ahead.
on YouTube.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
Just end the show. We'll figure this
Oh,
out.
no. Do it now. You copied her Instagram. You did not copy her Twitter. Because her Twitter is Madison420IVY. Do it now. Bring it up. Bring it up so I can show you you're wrong. And then make you do a podcast by yourself, watching terrible wrestling.
Oh my God, he's actually gonna
Yep.
put it.
Alright, so this is Jason bringing it up, and that's not the same person.
That person has 545,000 followers, so I'm guessing it's the legit one.
Madison Ivy with a Y at the end has 26,000 followers.
Okay.
Again,
26,000 is less than 545.
Right, but they're both porn stars because I'm looking at fucking porn.
It's a fan page of hers. Somebody pretending to be her.
All right, well, I typed in Madison Ivy, and this is
So
what I
enjoy
got.
that fucking China porn. You just signed up to review, sir.
Either way, fantastic content.
All right. Well, let me look at this other one then. See, when I look at it, nothing comes up. Just the fake one.
Maybe she blocked you.
Oh, here it is.
Well,
It took me a
the
little
fake one never has more followers than the real
The
one.
real one.
Well, I don't know how many fucking followers somebody has. I only saw the one. I'm telling you. It exists though, so I wasn't wrong that it
You're
existed.
so fucking adamant.
That's because I looked it up.
Bring it up! Bring it up!
I usually don't look at
So
these
stay
beforehand.
tuned for the episode of Troy Lost a Bet coming soon to the Rundown.
That's fine. Thanks to all of you for listening. Thanks to Jason,
Thank you.
to Sal,
Oh, thank you.
to Ginger,
Thanks, guys. You saw my angry side today.
and fuck Tetsuble. Next week we continue to pledge ourselves to pictures of beautiful women.
Damn right.
So with that,
So, guess that means we will see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Yo ass next time.
bye bye. Alright. Get the fuck out of my way. Fucking pop up. How likely are you to recommend Windows 10? Less now that you got in my way while I was trying to do something.
Right.
Alright, so I
Not
gotta.
at all now. Fucker.
Sal, if you have any suggestions for what you would like Troy to review, hit me up. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it's good to have something good.
Alright. Thank you, Kane, Daniel, and to Lisa. I'll maybe see you.
What happened to
tomorrow.
Smathers? Does he just not care anymore?
I don't know.
He's been here every week except this week, so.